Good evening, and welcome to Carrion Comfort Studios, the second chapter of Iron City by Night, a Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition chronicle set in Birmingham, Alabama. I am your storyteller, Wes Franks, or Brother Wes, and I am so happy that you could all make it here this evening. A little bit of housekeeping before we get started, so I hope I can appease you for a little bit here. Yes, I'm wearing a bolo tie and another rodeo shirt after so many compliments from the first one. This is just who I am now. This is just how I dress. This is just me. So perfect. All right. So a couple announcements. The panel from last week, the Carrion Crash Course, Horror and Storytelling Without Borders, is live on YouTube. It dropped this past Wednesday, but go ahead and go check it out. It was a really, really good panel. Some really great stuff, great conversations, great topic pieces. Go ahead and check that out for me, if you would please. Also, go ahead and check out that YouTube. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, as they all say. I'm pretty sure. Also, a bit of an announcement for next Sunday. We will not have Carrion Crash Course. We will not be having Iron City by Night either, because this is a bi-weekly stream. But we will be having a very special one-shot. Well, it's not a one-shot. It's the first part of a two-part stream of Rage Across Birmingham, a Werewolf the Apocalypse 20th edition, or 20th anniversary edition, stream, presented to you, produced by, I should say, by Your Big Dad and Regular Size Mom. They so graciously donated some money during a charity stream, and I have it to set on my charity streams where if you donate a certain amount of money, then you can do a streamed one-shot. And they both donated, and they wanted to do a double tap, as I call them, a two-parter. So the first part will be next week, and then the second part is to be decided. So keep your eyes out for that. There'll be more announcements for that. I could see you all just putting Himbon and Himbo in the chat. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm learning how to graciously take compliments. Some more stuff that I want to talk about. Tonight's episode is titled Night Terrors. That was influenced and inspired by Birmingham rap artist Kudos. That's Kudoz. You can find him on Spotify. You can also find him on Twitter and Instagram at Real Kudos, spelled exactly the same way. And go check that out. You can also find him on YouTube under Real Kudos, and you can see the music video, which was directed by a personal friend of mine, Ellie Stainer, and it's great. It's great. It's phenomenal. Excellent camera work, excellent music video, excellent song. So there's that. Also, the music that you heard during the pre-roll was provided to us by the Phasing Octopus, a close friend of mine, a close friend of the stream. He has a Bandcamp and a Spotify, as well as a Twitch stream where he streams video games regularly. I think he's playing Persona 3 currently right now. So go ahead and give him a follow, give him a shout out, and go check him out on Bandcamp and Spotify. There's some great stuff. I'm dropping the link right there. Boom. All right. Now, like I stated in the first episode, this takes place in the world of darkness. There are mature themes that come about in the world of darkness. Specifically, our players are playing kindred or vampires, which are monsters themselves. So there may be graphic and mature themes, strong language, intense situations, violence, gore, terror, dread, romance, maybe? Who knows? But there will always hopefully be a content warning put up before things happen. We'll be sure to check your seatbelts, put on your own oxygen mask. If things get too intense for you, please do not feel pressured to stick around and watch the stream. Go ahead and opt out. I would much rather you take care of yourself over watching the stream if something makes you feel uncomfortable. It's very, very important. Would also like to say I hope everybody had a great weekend. I hope everybody had a great past couple of days. There was some good news that happened yesterday, and I'm coming into this much less stressed, much less ready to play this game. So, on behalf of myself and the wonderful cast that is with me, let us tell a vampire story.
Soundtrack for $15 or 150.
And welcome back. Before we get started here with our excellent coterie, let's do a quick recap. Last chapter, Aaron, Books, Madelyn, and Altair came together by the hands of fate at Elysium on Halloween night. Hosted by the goth nightclub Liner, we're introduced to a number of power players in the Iron City and learn a bit more about our coterie. They were invited by Prince Alexander Silverson to handle the tracking down of a lone element in Birmingham that has been targeting Kindred in 5 Points South. Books learns a bit more about what he has become, and at the climax of the Halloween party, during the opening of a costume contest, the prize was revealed to be one torpored Lazlo Khan, the Nosferatu whip. And that's immediately where we pick up this session. Now, the very last thing that was said was, the presenting of the prize for the costume contest, and the air gets very still in the room. There's over 100 people packed into this nightclub, kindred and mortal alike, and their eyes are all focused on that damn home entertainment system, with Lazlo Khan in a crucifix-like position, with a stake sticking out of his chest, dressed like Freddy Krueger. Venture Primogen Carson Collier is in his Nick Saban outfit, and he is standing there with a clipboard with a bunch of names for costume contestants, and he's staring at the body, and he's staring at everybody else in the crowd, and the crowd is staring back at him. Before I go forward, I want to get some gut reactions from you four. Anything that you're specifically doing, or any roles you want to make.
I think as we left off, I had grabbed onto Aaron and told him we needed to leave.
Yep. I am turning around to look behind us. And I'm also sliding my hand into my jacket, and I am saying loud enough for the people on the balcony to hear me, start laughing and clapping.
Got it. Okay. Go ahead. Okay, Books. Altair, what are you doing?
I think that I am not sure what to think. I don't know, like, is this supposed to happen? Is that a person? Is this like part of it? And so I'm kind of looking, I guess I would probably look to them, and then I would probably notice that they seem concerned.
Altair?
I would like to have a premonition, please. Is it too soon?
No. It's never too soon for a premonition. Of course not. What's one more masquerade breach thrown on top of this evening?
Oh, it's fine. It's no one's gotta know.
Yeah, it's true. Y'all are just spitballing disciplines all over this Elysium. Okay, so...
Again, no one's gotta know. It's fine.
Okay, so I need a rouse check from you, Altair. Yes. And Aaron, I need a wits and awareness from you.
Can I activate heightened senses?
Of course you can.
I did not pass that rouse check, so now I am hungry too.
You add one more hunger as the beast is like, ooh, this is my favorite one. Come on. Oh, and look at his neck. Look at Books' neck. It's just out there for everybody. You could just take a little sip. No one would notice. Everybody's eyes are focused on stage. All right, and then heightened senses. I need a wits and resolve check, and you can add your aspects rating. 4 successes for the wits and awareness. And then for you, Altair, I'm going to need for premonition, I need a resolve plus aspects.
All right, I got 5 successes.
5 successes? Are you sure that's enough?
Yes, it better be.
All right, okay. Let me go ahead, because I have pre-written some premonitions here for young Altair. So
Oh, perfect.
we'll see. Good. Okay, so Altair, you rouse the blood and you get a little bit hungrier, and you're peering. You're doing this little tiptoe that Altair does, and you're trying to reach and grab for little fragments of the scene about you. And with 5 successes, what you see, you kind of like feel yourself pulled out, and it's raining. And you're in a cemetery, but all the tombstones are smashed except for one. And you walk close to it, and you see it, and etched into it is the prince's name. But it's been spray painted over. And it says on it, Beggar King, in red spray paint that seems a little bit bloody. You hear crying behind you, and you turn around, and you see 2 people. But to be people would be a stretch. They have no face. But you can see tears of blood streaming from where their eyes would be, and then dripping onto their... One's wearing a suit, one's wearing a dress. And then you hear laughing behind you. And you turn and you look behind the tombstone, and it's kind of like really quick flashes are happening. And then you see what appears to be a... If you've ever seen English Parliament, how they're sitting, where all of their like the Prime Minister and all the people in Parliament sit, that kind of raised seating, you see a very exaggerated, almost like Pink Floyd, The Wall kind of exaggeration, like kind of drawing, and you see bats, and they're all snickering and they're laughing, and they all have forks and knives in their hands, and they're doing the whole getting ready for a feast kind of gesture, and then they start banging their fists on the seating that they're in and banging in unison, and they start cheering, fresh meat, fresh meat, fresh meat. And then you're pulled out of it. Aaron, you are scanning everything. You got 4 successes.
Yes.
So I'll give you some stuff, and then I'll give you an opportunity to ask like a question or 2 if you want to, anything specific. Okay. Scan the crowd. There's pockets of like people that look confused. There's some frat boys that look amused. You see bikers near the bar back towards the front door. And you see what you can tell now is dotted here and there some kindred, because they look horrified. Yeah. Compared to everybody else who either looks confused, amused, or just trying to figure out what the play here is for this whole, if is this a trick or a treat. And then you like turn your head and you say the smile, like laugh and clap, and you're expecting there to be somebody, like, almost in, like, your head, you imagine there to be almost like a Brutus figure standing with a knife behind the prince's back. And the only people you see back there are some security that are making their way towards the prince. And you see Gregory Reuters, and you see his child, Miriam, and they're whispering to each other back over by the door, so they haven't seen anything that's happened. And you see a skinnier guy wearing a suit with a devil's mask, like a cartoon devil, but it's raised up on his head, and he's currently sitting in a chair, feet crossed, tapping into a phone, completely absorbed into whatever he's doing on his phone there. There doesn't seem to be any maliciousness or anything like that. You can also start hearing Silverson, who is staring at the stage, and he has dropped his faux Gary Oldman accent, and he has dropped the faux Southern, like, old governor accent that he was doing for a little bit, and you can just hear him go, here, right here in my Elysium, right here, boogeymen, it's they're back, and he just kind of keeps on repeating that over and over again, and then you say clap and smile, clap and laugh, and Jada Velasco, the sheriff, who was wearing a leather jacket with the Jason Voorhees masks, she too has the Jason Voorhees masks on top of her head. She's, like, about to, like, grab the prince's crook of his arm, but then she starts clapping. And then I do need to clarify from last episode, I did say Jada Velasco twice for two different kindred. Grace Wilmington is the Bruja Primogen that was dressed like Ghost Left Eye Lopez. So I just had to clarify that for my own sake and for everybody else's at home. But she immediately starts clapping and going and, like, chuckling. And you see Carson look towards the balcony and then look towards the crowd. And you see, and in Books, you see a shift as every single person in the crowd, except for a few people, look towards him. And he goes, well, y'all wouldn't think it'd be a Halloween without a trick now, would you? There's a treat somewhere back there. And he starts laughing, and then people start laughing too. And the prince is still going, they're back, they're back, they're back, they're back.
I would like to make a stupid decision.
I don't think you have to ask for permission for that.
I love stupid decisions.
First, I would like to make wits and resolve to see if I do this. What I'm thinking.
Can you repeat that one more time? Sorry.
I am making wits and resolve to see if I do this stupid thing.
Okay, go for it.
Yep. Okay. What is the configuration that my dear cousin and Whip is in right now?
So his wrists are zip tied to the cables that are holding the platform that was holding the home entertainment system.
So is he free, like free hanging?
His ankles have been zip tied together in this faux crucifix like position, and his tongue is kind of lolled out a little bit, and his head's leaned back, and the fedora, the Freddy Krueger fedora, has fallen off his head. And
what ground is below him?
It's the solid wood of the stage.
And am I tall enough that if I stood on that stage, could I reach his hands?
You would, okay, to get to him, so you're up on a balcony, so you would have to hop down or run down the stairs. Oh, I know. Goodness. Okay.
I want to make sure, just from my vantage point, if visually what I'm thinking would work height-wise.
Yeah, he's not like up in the air on this thing. Like,
that's why I wanted to make sure.
Like when they were lowering down this platform with this prize on it to show off for this costume contest, they had settled on the ground. Because whoever was running the rigging behind stage was just like, I'm doing this one job. I have to get to my tape marker on my rope where I hit it, and then I can set it right there. Like, if you've been a tech theater nerd, then you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So I I am going to activate Silence of Death and Unseen Passage. So I will make my rouse check for that.
Perfect.
I pass. I do not
Okay.
get hungrier.
Okay.
And I am going to take off and use Soaring Leap and Weight of Feather to jump down onto the stage and get behind him. And then standing behind him, I am disgusted with myself, going to puppeteer his hands to do a little jazz hands so people get in on the joke.
Okay, so you got your rouse check, Soaring Leap, Weight of the Feather. Okay, so you can just, okay, you've got Soaring Leap down. You've got Unseen Passage and Silence of Death. All right, so I do need to get a Wits and Survival check from you.
Yep, that is 3 successes, 2 critical.
Perfect. All right. Got it. All right. So, you immediately just, Aaron, you feel Madelyn's hand get out of the crook of your arm, and she's no longer there. Books, you were looking over the crowd, everybody's laughing, you're like, what the fuck is going on? And like you look over towards Madelyn, Madelyn's gone. Madelyn, you hop on the balcony rail because to where you were at position-wise, you would have to leap into the crowd, and you do a quick, like, on the pads of your like, up by your toes, on the pads of your foot, up by your toes, run along the railing, making sure not to trip over the banner that's hanging over. Then you get to where you're on the edge of the stage, and you go and jump, and then catch yourself on a like a light fixture set, like a pylon that was holding a light fixture set, so that you can just drop yourself quietly onto the stage, and then you make your way up behind dear cousin Lazlo, and you grab his hands to make the puppeting motion. I do need you to make me and I will say, because since there are all eyes on Carson right now, go ahead and make me...
This is to distract anyone who might still be looking at him.
Give me a manipulation and performance check. Because you're essentially using him as a puppet.
Yeah. That is going to be 4 successes. 1 critical.
4 successes. Okay. Dope. All right. There's some hanger-ons in the back. That are just like, I don't get it. And then you start doing the puppet hands, and you do the fingers, like the snick 666 thing that Freddy would always do in the movies. And you realize that, oh god, he has real knives. He made this glove. He didn't go and get like a glove from a Spirit Halloween. Like I'm probably
not surprised
made
by
this.
him at all.
And there's a lot of the kindred look kind of horrified. You can definitely tell now, especially that are in the crowd. And you can tell specifically just because you've had some run-ins with them and you've noticed them. There is one that stands out to you in the back. I will give it to you just because you're focused directly towards them and it kind of leans into it. But there is Marcus Wyndham, who is part of the night crew, that's just standing in the back with a beer in his hand, and he starts laughing loudly. And some of the kindred start laughing loudly as well. After you start doing it, they start leaning into it too.
I'm going to let go as the ruse has been created.
Okay.
And I am going to quietly, with Silence of Death and all this sneaky shit, sort of get around to where I can get a better vantage point on what's happening.
Okay.
Is there somewhere I could duck into?
Give me a wits and awareness real quick. Altair, books, Aaron. Security team is starting to move towards the prince, and he's not moving. Jade is trying to grab him, and he's like, 5 successes? Okay, we'll get right back to that here real quick. 5 successes, I'll make a note. And But they're like, he's just standing there going, they're back. The boogeymen are back. They're back. They're back. I knew they'd come back. They're back. And Jada is going, Prince, we need to get out of here. Prince, calm down. And then he stops. And he looks dead at you, Aaron. And he goes, you 4. 3. Where did Madelyn go? You 4. You 3. Walk with me real quick. And he turns and he starts walking, heading towards the stairs. And like he's like, do you 3 follow him?
I immediately fall into step. Does the sheriff move with him?
The sheriff does move with him.
I'm gonna move directly to her side, and while we're moving, just say, "Let me know how I can help." Quietly to her.
He starts making his way towards like the main staircase, but then he kind of turns and goes towards a door that says "Employees Only" on it and has an exit sign over it. Altair and Books, are you following along?
Yeah, I think Altair first looks to Books to make sure that he goes like first, and then he would follow along.
I'm going to follow, but I want to like take a real quick glance out into the crowd and see if I see that woman. If I could just see if I
go ahead and give me a wits and awareness check there.
Which I'm not great at. That I believe is a messy critical.
Okay. Altair, you're checking to make sure Books comes along, and you see how many successes with your messy critical? Is it just 2 successes?
Yeah,
2 successes.
Yeah, 2 crits.
Okay, so you turn and you look out into the crowd as you're about to turn and walk off, and you're peering, your eyes are peering, and you're looking the hardest that you've ever looked before in your life, and you're focused on it, and your heart kind of skips a beat because you think you see her. Her shaved head, she's wearing her cloak is like down, her hood of her cloak is down, and she seems to be walking towards the front entrance to leave the building. Altair, and everyone else that's up here on the balcony, the prince stops because he notices that Books has stopped, and he turns and he goes, come on, Books, haven't you ever seen West Wing? Walk and talk. Let's go, okay? Walk and talk. And Books turns and looks at the prince, Altair, and Books's eyes have gone animalistic in a way. Like they're like almost like a hawk's eyes, really, or a cat's. It's kind of a weird combination. One seems off, and like one has the eye color like Books's brown eyes like before, but one is starting to like have like the yellow, the amber starting to grow out a little bit, and like his nostrils are flaring as if he's like trying to track something, and he's focused, and he looks pissed off too a little bit that he's being interrupted like this.
Yeah, Altair will, seeing this, he will kind of stand, like walk up next to Books, like put a very gentle like arm around him and try to slowly guide him, and like as he does, he'll kind of lean in and say, we should really go. You don't want to keep the prince waiting.
I guess I'll try to sort of resist the feeling and just kind of just trying to will myself to just keep following.
Yeah. It's hard, but you know that Altair's right, and you start walking along. Madelyn, you got a 5 on your wits and awareness check to find some place to stealth off to.
I just need to hide long enough to send a text message.
You find a backstage. The backstage area is not too large. It's pretty sparse. It's a music venue. It's not for like theater or anything like that. But you do see there is a little annexed off room that just seems to be a couple of those paper dividers that they have in dressing rooms sometimes. It's probably meant for a quick change of costume or something. And you peek your head in, and you notice there's nobody there, and you go to step behind it and kind of like make yourself one with the wall. When you go back around it, since you got a 5, you notice there's somebody wearing a hoodie, hood up, that it made their way towards the green room. That seemed kind of out of place. Everybody else seems to be in costume, but this just seems to be some person wearing like some Nikes and then some black chinos and a gray hoodie with their hood up. But like you go and you nestle yourself in to send your text message. What text are you sending?
I can't remember from last episode. Did we all exchange numbers already?
Nope.
I don't think so.
So who on the council's number do I have?
Who?
From my connections.
From your connections? I would say the people just taking in their general age and
I just need the highest up ranking person.
That would probably be Hannah Clifton, Nosferatu Primogen. You'd probably have like a backdoor, like you use a signal, but it reroutes through different different IP tower, like cell towers and stuff like that.
So I'm going to text Hannah.
Okay.
Whip, Torpor, Night Crew, Anarch. They did this.
Ooh.
Alert the prince immediately.
All right.
And I'm going to then head to look at that person that is suspicious.
Okay. You start making your way there stealthily, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we're going to go back up to the balcony going towards the door. Security opens up the door, and almost like it is a scene from the West Wing, the prince starts going, all right, I'm going to need every single entrance covered here. Mortals can leave, kindred have to stay. If there's any of them that tried to leave, then we're going to have to make sure that security stops them. All right, Grace, this is your place. I need to get your security on top of that. She goes, you've got it, Chief. And he goes, I need an update real quick on who that was. Was that? And then Hannah Clifton goes, the Nosferatu Primogen. You're all walking into this room. It's a stairwell. And they start walking down the stairwell, and you three are just kind of following along. And he goes, I have to get out of here. I'm going to go into hiding. Very, very deep hiding. I don't want them to find me, and I know it's them. It smells just like them. That nobody else would try to strike into Elysium. He goes, Jada, I'm going to need you to look in and see if there's any other cells left here from the boogeymen. And Jada goes, the boogeyman? He goes, you know what I'm talking about. And you make your way towards the bottom of the steps, and the security opens another door, and you see Escalade pull up. And he stops and he turns before he gets towards the Escalade. And he goes, you three, consider yourself hired. I'm going to need you on the job. You're not leaving this building. Gather clues. Books. Actually, And he taps his foot a little bit. And he goes, I'm going to need a report on everybody that wasn't from town in here that didn't present themselves. Pointing at Jada. And then looks back at you three. I need you to see whatever you can find in 48 hours and bring it back to me immediately. Roger that? Books.
Affirmative.
Excellent contacts. I don't know when you put them in, but those are excellent contacts. You're getting in the spirit of Halloween. I didn't even have to grab you a Halloween costume. It's wonderful. You look amazing. You also have 48 hours to consider my offer to you. After that, I'm sorry to be so brusque about it, but I mean, it's business, and business is a booming. All right, and he goes to hold out his hand to shake your hand.
I shake it and I say, I prefer you being straight up than the whole slave owner accent.
he grabs your hand and he does the preacher after Sunday sermon, double clasp it, and he goes, "Noted. I won't use that accent with you anymore." And he shakes his hand and he goes, "I appreciate you appreciating my honesty and everything and being direct. Aaron, it's been a pleasure." And he does a salute to you. Altair ruffles your hair and goes, "Keep doing whatever you're doing, kid. I like it. You've got moxie. All right, take me out of here." And he just gets in the Escalade, and
I just stand there and wait for him to go.
The Escalade pulls off, and like the rest of the Primogen that were standing around you, and the sheriff, and you guys are just kind of standing there. It's starting to pick up a little bit more in rain, and they just kind of sigh, and then Jada goes, "You heard him. Get to work. Wouldn't want to be in your position." And then you see her pull out a walkie-talkie and starts walking and talking with Grace back inside the building. Madelyn.
Yep.
You're making your way towards that door that you saw the person in the hood wearing the hood, the hoodie walk into. Go ahead and just give me a... No, you're fine. It's not too crowded back here at all. You're kind of dexterously moving, making sure you don't touch anybody. The door isn't closed. It's kind of propped open a little bit, just so people can move like cables and stuff in and out. Or if musicians are carrying their instruments like guitars and stuff, they don't have to worry about dealing with all of that. And you make your way through it. You come out to a back hallway, the same back hallway that Aaron came into. But it's further down. Mm-hmm. And you notice that there is now security, not wearing the purple suits like the Princess security, but just wearing regular suits, making their way towards an exit to your right at the end. There's been people cleared out of this hallway. To your left, you see there's the green room door, and then there's a door that leads to a set of double doors that lead outside to where bands load their equipment in and out of. That's on the back end of the alleyway. And you see Gray Hoodie making their way towards those doors.
I am going to make my way towards Gray Hoodie.
All right. Are you going to be doing this very stealthily?
Yes, I still have up Unseen Passage and Silence of Death.
Perfect. You love to see it. Okay.
You love to not see it.
We love to not see it. All right, perfect. I've got to make a roll here real quick.
Uh-oh.
You're quickly making your way down the hall. Whoever they are, don't seem to notice you at all, as they've got their right hand in their hoodie pocket, and the left hand reaches out and opens up the left double door as you make your way out.
Okay, I am going to try and... Is it possible, like, how... Are these doors heavy enough that I could slink out while he's going through after he's opened it?
Yeah, it's one of those, like, because he seems to just be, like, pushing it open, like, just, like, all the way open, like he's in a hurry, or, like, they're in a hurry, and is just going, like, just not even focused, and it's, like, a slow kind of close, like a hydraulic, and if they pushed it any harder, then it probably would have, like, that magnetic lock at the top that holds it open, so they can wheel in amps and stuff in and out of here.
So it's not like a metal door.
Yeah.
I'm going to come out behind him, get around to the front close enough. Do I recognize him at all?
When you get around him, you do notice it's a him. And he's got a slight frame. Like, somebody that is recovering from substance abuse kind of frame. And he stops right before you. And you're almost like, oh, shit, does he see me? But it's that looking through you kind of thing. He doesn't notice you as he stops, and he pulls his hand out of his hoodie jacket, and it's a soft pack of light filtered cigarettes, and he puts one in and grabs a lighter and then does the cup thing to light his cigarette, and then like takes a drag and like kind of it's like eyes kind of darting, not realizing you don't recognize whoever this guy is.
Okay.
And he kind of does like a and goes, all right, and then starts to make his way walking forward.
Walking forward
towards you. Where you cut around, where you cut around to like get a look at his face.
I'm going to step to the side just enough to let him through.
Okay.
But continue watching him.
And to give you a little bit of details on him, because you couldn't really tell hair color, but eyes, a little bit bloodshot in the corners, but not too bad. Heavy bags, had red eyebrows, like naturally red hair eyebrows, scraggly scruff, a little bit thicker than mine, which is a mixture of brown and red, gaunt facial features.
What was his skin complexion like?
Pale.
A certain level of pale?
You would have to, it was kind of shadowed in the hoodie, so it could be leaning towards that way, but you would have to like do a little bit more investigation to see.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to follow him unless it looks like his wandering is aimless.
Okie dokie.
If he has like a set, like if he seems to be walking with purpose, I'm going to still follow.
Got it. You three. West Wing gang. You just got done talking with Chief of Police Silverson. Or, insert police, government official, whatever title here. And the Primogen have hurriedly, filed inside. Seemingly satisfied that most of them don't have to deal with whatever the fuck just happened inside, and that it has been bestowed upon you three, the experts.
Yes, experts. That's us. Great.
I'm gonna just turn and look at Altair as I'm walking back inside and be like, who should we go talk to?
Well, we could see which of the council is left. We can try to find any kindred. You can tell that he does not have a plan at all.
Okay. It's more of a okay. All right, fine.
I'm not real sure what we're supposed to be doing here.
We need to start talking to people and figuring out who knows what about what just happened, but I don't know any of you fuckers, so
Yeah. We'll just I'll point them out. Altair says, because I assume that he would be able to recognize any Primogen as long as they're not in a costume that completely obscures their face. I think one of the first things he's gonna do as they step back in, do I see anyone with sense the unseen? Do I see anyone trying to hide?
Go ahead and give me a wits or intelligence plus aspects. And I believe that's free.
It is. Sweet.
Also, just for my notes, what hunger are you at right now, Altair?
2.
2.
We'll get there, don't worry.
Oh. If only.
All right, let's see. That is 6 successes. No. 8 successes. I see so well, guys.
You see God. God damn. All right. Here, 1 second.
I got a crit, that's why.
You see me blink through a window.
You're looking about, trying to see if anybody's hiding. And nobody at first, but then you notice behind some dumpsters, you see 2 pairs of feet behind a dumpster, like underneath it. And one has like a tint to it, like a shimmery tint to it.
Okay. I think seeing that, Altair will silently kind of like elbow Aaron and like point towards the dumpster.
I see it.
You do see the dumpster.
Do I see anything else out of the ordinary with mine eyes?
It looks kind of normal, and then Altair's like does the tug thing on the sleeve and goes, and then points like beneath it, and then you see 1 pair of feet just chilling.
Fuck.
Kind of moving behind the dumpster.
Walking over there.
You start walking over there.
Yeah.
Clomp, clomp, clomp. Do you turn the corner around, kind of like a confronting, like, aha kind of thing?
No, more of a like doors and corners.
Oh, okay. So you do the whole. Okay. So you do the whole. Yeah. So you.
Yeah,
kinda,
and I have my gun in my hand at this point.
Oh,
I'm outside.
so you. Yeah. Okay. So the strap has been pulled. The gun is in hand, and you do the whole check your corner, and at first you don't notice it, and you just see a person like leaned up against the edge of like the wall, and like in between the dumpster and like the brick wall that it's beside, and then you notice there's somebody feeding off of them.
Is it anyone that I saw inside?
No, decidedly.
I'm gonna glance over my shoulder quickly. Who's still outside?
Right now it is Books, Altair, and further down the way, you're in like not like an alleyway, but it's like a behind a building, like drive-through alleyway, a little bit larger than an alleyway. You see there are a couple of people that work for the club that are like having a smoke break.
Okay, I'm just gonna wave Altair and Books toward me, but like obviously in the like move forward, stay quiet way.
Is this the same alley I went back out into?
No, you're in a smaller alley.
Side of it.
Yeah, you. So if I was to do a square like this, they're right here in this alleyway. You're in this alleyway.
Okay.
She's in the alley I parked my bike in.
Correct. So that is one thing that you do see, Madelyn, is you do see a very nice motorcycle that seems like it's seen the road, but it doesn't look rough at all.
And I'm going to remember a certain gentleman I saw earlier in a motorcycle jacket. And I'm going to park myself on that motorcycle.
Oh, okay. I will say, yeah, like the homie that you've been following, he's making his way down the alleyway, and he's like kind of shifting his shoulders a little bit in the hoodie because it's raining. And he stops at the mouth of the alleyway, kind of looks left, right, and then turns left towards the front of the building. Okay. Yeah, Aaron, Books, Altair, you see Aaron gesture towards over.
As if to come back inside?
No, towards me,
towards
down the alley.
Oh, down the alley.
Yeah, down the alley.
And it's kind of like that militaristic, like, move forward, one finger up.
Okay, yeah. I will definitely follow.
And
before I follow, sorry to interrupt.
There you go.
Can I activate Cloak of Shadows?
Oh, can you? Of course you can. Well, that's while standing motionless. Cloak of Shadows.
You're right.
You have to be standing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
disregard. Altair will move forward, attempting to be quiet.
Perfect. Just kind of stepping. Go ahead and give me a yeah, fuck it. Dexterity stealth, the both of yous.
Ooh, okay. Question. I've got a specialty for stealth against kindred.
Oh, okay. Yes, go ahead and roll with that specialty.
Yay.
While they're doing that, I would like to quietly as well approach this person who's feeding.
Okay.
Level my gun at the back of their head and then pull the hammer back audibly.
Great.
See this, she'd be
One
into
die on that, and it was a success.
Yo, one success. Okay.
I got 3 successes.
Yo, 3 successes.
Look at me.
They're both succeed because the person is feeding. And I'll say now that you know, so they're wearing a rain jacket. It's a yellow raincoat.
Okay.
Looks like a sailor's raincoat, like an old salty fisherman's raincoat, and they are wearing waders and boots.
So they could be dressed up like the dude from the frozen fish.
Yeah.
So they could theoretically be in costume.
Yeah.
Or just have terrible fashion sense.
Yeah. Either way, it's a toss up on Halloween night with Kindred. And you two move up to like be stealthily beside Aaron at the dumpster, and then Aaron immediately just like turns around, like turns the corner and levels a pistol at the back of this guy's head. And
it's a rather large 1911.
Yeah, rather large pistol, and pulls the hammer back on it, and like he does it slowly, effectively, like it's a Tarantino film. And then that slurping noise that was kind of quiet that you could kind of hear when you moved up close, it kind of stops. And you just hear, if you're gonna try to rob me, then I gotta tell you, you're not gonna find anything. I'll give you 3 seconds to keep on stepping and act like you didn't see shit.
Alternatively, sir, we have some questions on behalf of the prince.
Shit. One moment, doll. I'll be right back with you. And you see like a kind of, you know, older gentlemen's hands. Mm-hmm. They start to get those liver spots, and also it's something the adipose, like an adipose tissue, kind of like it's non-cancerous tumor in the hands, where it's just a collective of adipose tissue, like these bumps that kind of form on their hands. You see a hand like that, pale, not long fingernails. They're not well kempt, but not long fingernails. And slowly this person turns, and you see, dressed like a fisherman, it seems. He's probably going for like the fog look, kind of like one of those ghosts, because he's wearing a fisherman's, like a watch cap.
Yep.
And he's got white tufts of hair sticking out the side of it, and he's got no lips, but like no lips, but lips that are kind of peeled back, patchwork skin, misty eyes, and just a mess of red on his face. Altair, can you give me a difficulty 2 willpower check, as you can smell that vitae in the air.
I'm also at hunger 2.
Ooh, yes, please do. You're right up close to him. And I will say that the blood smells quite choleric, if that's a preference for anyone.
Okay, I like kind of nailed it.
Kind of nailed it?
Yeah, I got like so many successes.
All right, yeah.
Like way more than 2.
Am I rolling again? Sorry.
Willpower check.
Willpower, yeah. You hear that voice in the back of your head going he's not gonna leftovers. He's not. What is he gonna do? Walk and like take it away with him, Altair? And you're like, no, it's not mine. It's his food. I don't even, 3 successes. Yeah. So and then Aaron, you're doing business. And he turns and he goes, I don't fucking recognize you.
You wouldn't.
Oh fuck! And he kind of grimaces, and you can see he's got shark teeth almost. And he's like, I don't fucking recognize you either. Looking at books, and he looks at you, Altair, and he goes, "You? I've seen your ass around a time or two. Daddy let you out?"
I don't think he says anything to that. He just looks a little uncomfortable.
I just smile. Believe a cousin of yours had an unfortunate accident inside. And the prince would like us to see if anyone saw anything. Have you been out here all night?
Cousins? I ain't got no fucking cut. Oh. You're using that coded speak, that fucking mumbo jumbo that each of my kind just go around and say, cousin, hello cousin, miss me with that bullshit, please. Yeah, I've been out here all night. We're in a college town, it's Halloween, we're at a nightclub. Plenty of co-eds trying to go home.
I'm gonna glance at my companions. You know this Joker?
Do I recognize
Altair,
him at
you
all?
have no fucking clue who this kindred is at all. Definitely Nosferatu.
Clearly.
No.
Altair just shakes his head.
Look, I was enjoying a nice meal before taking my ass inside and watching this costume contest. And you see, you're kind of interrupting it.
Yeah,
and he looks
I am.
back over at the seemingly around 40-year-old woman wearing a nurse outfit and he goes, she's gonna get mildly lonely. She might wake up, and it's gonna be really jarring for her if she sees 4 of us instead of 1,
Yeah, it would be really unfortunate if that happened. So why don't you come with us?
Go ahead and make me a intimidation, and we're gonna say charisma. Manipulation. Okay. No, manipulation.
I like that a little bit more.
I had second thoughts. Intimidation plus gun.
How about intimidation plus pistol whip?
Yeah, it's my favorite discipline in the game, is gun.
I'll take 4.
4?
Crit.
He goes, I guess I'll do.
You missed a spot. Never mind. I apologize.
Yeah.
With us, please.
You're a funny fucking guy. Alright, sweetums, get home safe. Lead the way to your little... I guess you're interrogating. Are you cops, by the way? Are you a cop? He looks at you, Books. You don't smell like a fucking cop.
I'm definitely not a cop, but seems like right now that's the last thing that is relevant.
And he looks over at you, Altair. If he was a cop, he would have to tell me. You know that, Lead the
Are
way.
they even trying to be quiet?
No, you can kind of hear them echoed.
Yeah, I'm gonna slink my way over there and just watch for a second of just. Do I recognize this guy?
Yeah, this is Doyle. He's kind of new to the scene. He just came to town about 6 months ago, because he was run out of New Orleans. He says it was bad gambling debts, but if you probably got into contact with anybody, you'd probably find that it's not gambling at all. It's probably something a lot more menacing. He's the kind of type that's probably been run out of a lot of different domains.
Does Aaron still have his gun up?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna sneak up behind Aaron. And I'm just going to very lightly in his ears just go ahead and do it, sugar. Ain't nobody gonna fucking miss him.
Do I see Madelyn sneaking up?
Yeah, you
Since the unseen, yeah, with your god vision.
My eyes that see everything. Okay,
yeah, you've gone to the avatar state right now. You're like,
I think Altair sees it but doesn't do anything.
I just start laughing.
He goes, "Why the fuck you laughing? You gonna escort me or something?"
Walk, jackass.
Fuck you. And he starts walking. I don't even fucking know why I'm walking. Why did I even come to this shithole? I could have gone down the tin roof and had me a couple of frat boys, and it would have been easier. And he's like,
I am dreaming about just kneecapping him. Right when we get back over toward the door, I'm gonna push him inside.
You just push him, and he's like, it's unaware, so I'm not gonna make you roll for it. And he just
not like a shove, but
Yeah.
just like a guide him in, but not super gently.
Easy. Watch the merchandise, all right? I had to get this off of a fisherman from Shreveport, and let me tell you, it was very hard not to make any rips in it.
I'm sure it was. Anyway.
As they're walking back towards the building, I think Altair is gonna kind of lean in, kind of towards where Maddie is standing, and just whisper very quietly to her, just to fill her in, like, the prince wants us to talk to everyone and try to find out what happens in 48 hours.
All right, cool. So he didn't really give a shit to go on then.
No, and then he's going into hiding, he says.
Yeah, he fucked off. I got it.
He said, fuck. Told them to let all the kind go, keep all the kindred here.
Hey. I think me and Dreadlocks over here are in the same thing. Who are you fucking whispering to, okay?
Just shut up.
I am going to break my unseen passage to come out and just clock him in the mouth.
Okay.
Not to legitimately do any damage, but to shut him the fuck up.
Go ahead and just roll me a strength and brawl.
Where the hell did you come from?
Just real quick. Just look.
I just quietly.
Strength and brawl, you said?
Yeah. Actually, let's make it dexterity and brawl.
Oh,
because it is a little bit more of a. You're not trying to put power behind it. You're trying to put.
Oh yeah, no, I have more dice than this.
Yeah, it's trying to be.
While she does that, I'm unfazed. I just turn to look at books. Some of us can turn invisible.
Well,
so,
of course.
Yeah, right?
So that is going to be 6 successes.
Oh, fuck.
To clock him in the jaw.
Got it. Yeah.
And would I remember his name?
It's Doyle. It's kind of hard to forget that because nobody in this fucking town is named Doyle.
So I'm just gonna clock him and just shake my hand and go, "Shut the fuck up for once in your life, Doyle."
Just real quick, just real quick, like Madelyn comes out and just like as soon as there's a contact with homie's jaw, and he just goes, "Oh, fucking A." I think. You know how hard it got to fucking get these teeth like this?
You know how hard it is to fucking listen to you?
Oh.
Now shut up and go inside.
Of course. It's you. They told me about you. The matron of Sloss Furnace. Oh. He starts walking up those steps.
Questions later. More importantly, all the kind were let go. All the kindred were made to stay. Security's on top of that. We need to talk to people and figure out if anyone knows what happened. I don't fucking know who to start with.
I saw a guy walk out back. Gray hoodie. Don't know shit about him other than he seems nervous as hell. He went around the front of the building, though. I couldn't really get much of a beat on him.
Shit.
So as far as we know, the only people left are kindred.
If they've managed to clear it out already, yeah, I'd be a little surprised.
What he kind of was hinting at was that mortals are allowed to leave if they want to, but keep going as business as usual. But if a kindred tries to leave, then keep them. Find a way to delay them, to keep them from leaving.
Okay. Fuck. Are there any known anarchs here?
Yep.
Okay. I glance around briefly. Are we alone? Other than Doyle.
Except for, you've made your way up to the top of the staircase. And like towards the VIP balcony.
Okay.
That door's closed, but doesn't seem to be anybody around. I think there's probably a security guard on the other side of the door. That's making sure nobody gets out that way.
Are there any suspected Sabbat?
Is that a question to us?
That
was a question to you.
Okay.
It was a question specifically to Madelyn.
Oh, okay.
Not as far as I know. The anarchs that I know are here are a group that call themselves the Night Crew. Clever fucking name.
Oh, the bikers?
Yeah, they show up in my haven all the goddamn time like they don't think another kindred's gonna be living there.
I've heard of them. Okay.
Yeah. They're the ones here, and they were getting a real fucking chuckle out of my cousin.
Oh, that could not necessarily mean they're behind it, but...
I don't think they are, but I am fine with letting that be the investigation that others go on. 4 less anarchs is 4 less anarchs.
Okay. Point them out to me when we get inside, but I want to go talk to the sheriff. What's her name, Jada?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need a moment.
So if correct me if I'm wrong, but can I use Sense the Beast to basically like as like a kindred radar to like see who has the beast? Mm-hmm. So basically to differentiate between who is, and also can I use it? Do I have to like target someone, or can I just like use it in like a wide area?
It's kind of at my discretion from what I've kind of noticed, but like that depends on the difficulty of the role. I would say, depending on like how many people you want to use it on would probably lend to the difficulty of the role.
Okay. Did we go inside yet?
We were about to. Did anyone else want to do anything before we walk through this door? Is the music going again?
Yeah, the music is. You can hear it's like a Halloween playlist. You can kind of assume that the costume contest is about to wrap up.
Okay.
And you can hear you can hear like the lingering like echo of Carson saying names. And then like Doyle's like, whoa, fucking Sabbat, Night Crew, fucking what happened?
You want me to get your mouth again? Because I will.
Hey, okay, maybe later.
This time I'll take it as a trophy. You shut up.
I just like hold my finger up like this, almost directly in his face. This is, and look, I look at books in Altair because I don't know how baby Altair is. This is not going to be fun.
Was it fun before?
less fun.
No, I agree.
I'm going to turn and I'm going to open the door and I'm going to gesture to Doyle. After you, sir.
Hey! And like he walks in and he looks at the security guard. It's the guy with the mullet that looks like Val Kilmer from Heat again. And he's like, hey, check out these fucking digs. Hey, is that real fucking leather? All right. This is what you've been holding out on? I've been eating chicks in the back alleyway when I could have been having me some fucking shrimp cocktail.
Aaron, I'm gonna take his mouth.
Altair's like looking at Aaron like, stop it.
He doesn't have much of one left, so you do what you want. And I'm just going to reach out and I'm going to grab him by the back of the neck.
He's like, hey, last I heard this is Elysium and you can't hit me, okay?
And I'm going to guide him towards... Do I see the sheriff anywhere?
Not currently. Not up here. Yep.
I'm going to guide him towards the back of the VIP area where we went earlier, not towards the main floor. Gently.
Got it. He's moving the whole time. He's like, is this how you treat every guest? Look, all right, I've got rights too, okay? I presented myself before the head cheese.
You got a right to remain silent, and I am about to make that permanent.
I found the cop. Okay.
Not a cop.
I'd just be like, hey, bud, don't you think it'd just be a good idea to just for the moment, just calm down. We got something that we got to take care of.
Go ahead and roll me persuasion and manipulation. Or you know what? You're putting some butter on it. So charisma.
All right. Charisma, persuasion.
Yep.
What was Mullet's name?
You didn't hear a name.
Okay.
But you could probably ask him. He seems pleasant enough for.
I'm gonna look.
That's only 2.
2? Mm-hmm. He kind of looks at you and he goes, "Now that's more like it. You see, I only act out like this because I've got a condition, you see. I like to rile people up. My therapist back in the 60s said that it was an ism of some sort. I don't know, or a pathy or something like that. I don't know. I ate the broad. But yeah, okay. You asked nicely. I'll relax."
This guy's just full of shit, right? Can
you can do wits insight.
Okay.
I'm gonna also actually take you up on that. I'm curious.
Let's see. Scrolling is hard.
So I'm sure you're the life of the party, but
4 successes.
Maybe later.
I'm gonna look at Mullet.
You got 5.
5 successes. Surprisingly, probably everything leading up to this has been a lot of bullshit coming out of his mouth, but probably not so sure on the ism or the pathy thing, but definitely is not lying about eating his therapist or a therapist. He's probably eaten a therapist at some point. Yeah.
Not surprised. I didn't catch your name earlier.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
It's Terrence. Nice to meet you.
Terrence. Yeah, you too. Where did Jada go?
Oh, Miss Velasco. Yes, no, she went downstairs. She wanted to go check the security camera footage.
Okay.
Is there anything I can help you with? You need me to grab somebody in the crowd? Put them in a room? Do you need me to put this guy in a room?
Yes.
Okay. Come here, bud. He goes, hey, why are people touching me and grabbing me? I can walk. All right. Hey, buddy, dreadlocks. We were supposed to be friends. You were supposed to come on. And then, Terrence just, drags him off. He's like, come on. He's like, I will eat you. And then, as the door
I'm
opens.
going to turn
Want
to
to watch
Books.
that try to happen.
I'm going to turn to Books and just be like, you're going to find out a lot of us are real pieces of shit.
Nope. I'm going to turn and start walking away.
Noted.
Follow him. Follow Aaron.
All right. Where are you going?
Security room.
You make your way down the security room. The crowd is picked back up again. Carson has just announced a winner. And it's like, and your winner of the 2020 Samhain Masquerade Ball Costume Contest is...
Where's Cousin's body?
Cousin's body is still on the platform.
But he's torpored and stable.
Torpored and stable, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Still chilling there. I don't think they're gonna take him off until they can close the curtain. Somebody wearing some kind of Elizabethan, like, it's very extravagant. One of those like somebody put way too much work into the costume. It's practically cosplay at this point. Has won. And Carson goes, "We'll get you your prize here once we clean it off and everything like that. And the rest of you enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a happy Halloween, and don't forget to tip your bartenders. Have a good night." And the curtains close, and then like some house music starts playing, like, you know, like there's just like house music. They're just piping it over the speakers. Effectively probably getting ready for the last band to go on. But yeah. And it is currently around 12:45. Midnight 45.
Okay.
And you're making your way to the security room.
Yeah.
Was that Altair?
Yeah, can I make my way? I want to try to catch Carson. So I don't know how to get there, but try to make my way backstage to where he may be.
Yeah, so the security room, you passed it on your way in, Aaron. It's not in that back hallway, but it's right beside that back hallway.
Back hallway, bar, security room over here.
Yes. Yeah. And then stage alternating from the bar. And you see Altair make a beeline for the stage. Just zoom, just like go off.
See ya.
And is like making his way through the crowd. Let's go ahead and go to security room, you three first. You get to the door, it says security on it.
Actually, I turn to Books. Do you mind going with him? Keeping an eye on him. We don't know if whoever did that's still lingering around.
Go with Altair?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Thank you.
All right. So Bucks follows after Altair. Not hard to follow Altair at all. Sticking out the most while trying to blend in the most as well. It's just like, excuse me, pardon me. Please don't touch me. Yeah.
Accurate.
Yeah, and it's Madelyn and Aaron at the door. What? It's Jada.
Need to ask you some questions.
Motherfuck, and like opens up the door. Need to ask me. Get in here.
Yeah, thank you.
As you walk into the security room, state of the art. You got about 15 to 20 TV screens up on a single wall. There's two security guys. They are wearing like security guard outfits, but they're like all black and everything. They've got guns at their hips, all this stuff like that. It's got its own Mr. Coffee in there. About as state of the art as security offices go in a nightclub. Just keeping constant eyes, and then Jada is like come in and like turns and then like walks over. You see the Jason Voorhees mask is sitting on top of a file cabinet, and she is staring at a screen and rewinding and like looking at like all angles and stuff.
I'm gonna watch over her shoulder for a second. Are any of the cameras infrared?
Let me make a roll. No, not that state of the art.
Okay. I'm going to watch over her shoulder before I interrupt her.
Okay.
Are any of the cameras where I followed that guy?
Yes. There is one that's aimed at those double doors that you walked out of with him. But right now, as you can see, the door is closed, and there just seems to be a couple of roadies that are moving some guitars that are like some like cables and stuff onto the stage and everything like that. And she's just kind of going over. She goes and she's like looking through, and she's like, "Nothing on that one. Switch over to camera 4 for me, please." Is there anything that you need?
Yeah, a little bit more guidance since I arrived in town 4 hours ago.
Guidance. Got it. Wait.
My apologies. I think what he means is any information that you may have on people that are threatening the prince, people that might be some suspicious kind of characters that we could start looking into or something. By the way, if you check that camera right there, I followed a gentleman out earlier. Might be something, might be nothing. Anything additional you can give us will help minimize the amount of time wasting evidence we put on your desk.
Camera 12. Okay. So any enemies or anything like that, anybody that seems kind of out of the sorts, you know, what the fuck, Madelyn? It's Silverson we're talking about. You understand? He's got enemies coming out of the goddamn rafters. I mean,
obviously.
He's carried enemies since he left St. Louis all that time ago. Peterson.
And he's had enemies this whole time without anything like this fucking happening. So what's different?
That tombstone fuck.
Tombstone who?
I don't know. The graffiti and the guy in the hood that's going around and is like torporing or diablerizing our kind. Okay? Things have been getting weird ever since that started happening. People have been getting more bold. Okay? I mean, I just had to cut some fuck's head off because he decided that he wanted to feed on fucking Carson's territory. You know how messy that fucking gets? Carson wanted to rip his fucking balls out and feed them to him. I don't even know if the guy had balls, okay? He's a kindred. He's not using them.
I'm aware.
Oh, speaking of, we have someone being held upstairs who is feeding in the back alley.
Okay, great. Excellent.
He's my clan. We won't miss him at all. Make any judgment you need.
We'll ask questions and stuff like that. It's probably just someone trying to leech off of something. You know, it's...
Yeah, it was.
So with Tombstone...
Yeah.
Are there any common threads that you've seen from the shit he's been doing?
5 Point South mainly, sometimes dips into the industrial area in between Avondale and here. Never goes into Central City. Central City is where downtown is. Okay. The primary majority of downtown. But he stays mostly in 5 Point South or Glen Iris. Never goes after, for what we know, he might be feeding on the mortals, but always goes after a kindred. Always seems to be on nights that it rains, but it's been kind of a rainy season so far in fall. It started happening about a month ago.
All right. And how do we know he came into town?
Kindred weren't being displayed or left underneath graffiti that has a tombstone with an onk on it. Mm-hmm. And then that started happening.
Is that the only new graffiti in town lately?
I'll make a roll here real quick.
I mean, it's Birmingham, so not like...
Goes... There's this one thing that keeps on popping up. She is Alpha Squad. It says she is Alpha Squad, and then it has like these some kind of like tick marks or something beside it. But that's like popping up in like Avondale. It's kind of different.
Okay.
Now, when I say what's different, that's the kind of shit I mean.
Like, it could just been some kid with a Sharpie just tagging on different, like, power boxes and stuff, you know?
Or it could be the person going after the prince. My God. I'm just gonna turn a little bit and just like huff, leaning against Aaron.
I don't like this.
Yeah, I don't either.
All right. So, can I use upstairs to talk to people?
Yeah. Prince isn't here. Elysium was called early, so it's just a normal night here at Liner now. Just a Halloween party, so VIP's all yours. We can just cut it off to people.
Let me just clarify something you said real quick. Elysium was called early.
Well, I mean,
as in the rules are gone.
She kind of gets like a dead glare in her eyes, and she goes, "Yes, I guess technically Elysium has been called."
My God, is it fucking amateur hour?
Not. Does anyone else know that?
No, we haven't told anybody.
Can we not?
Yes, we can make it seem like he's still around, that we're still speaking, yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. Oh my God, Elysium needs to...
Okay. We might need help because I would like to speak to your friendly local anarchs. Because they're apparently here.
Yeah.
Night crew?
Yep.
Asshole! And she like hits like with the security guard on the right, just like kind of like pops in the back of the head. He goes, "What the fuck?" And she goes, "Why didn't you fucking tell
them? They show up in my house plenty."
She says, "Why didn't you fucking tell me that they're walking in here?" Oh, it is technically Elysium, so they're allowed.
I might need help because I would like to talk to them first.
Okay. What do you need?
Possibly muscle, but hopefully I can be charming.
I'll see what I can do.
Luckily, I also probably speak their language.
What's that supposed to mean?
With that gesture, let's cut over to Books and Altair. Books, you're falling behind Altair, who's moving surprisingly fast through this crowd. But still
doesn't want to be in it.
Yeah. And you get towards the door that leads to the backstage. Altair, do you just walk right through it?
Yeah, assuming that appears to be backstage.
Yeah, you see it on proper letter. It seems to be like some kind of script font, but it says backstage area on it, and just Altair just pushes through. It's like oh, I'm trying to get out of here.
I would like to actually break off from Altair and go sort of more into the crowd. Okay.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. You break off from Altair. You go. Are you going to right in the very middle of the crowd?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I think I'm gonna sort of take a lap almost around the perimeter of the crowd.
Okay.
And I want to activate Sense the Beast, and I particularly want to see if there's anyone I know that I get the sense from.
Got it. All right, go ahead and give me either a Resolve plus Animalism. Yeah, give me a Resolve plus Animalism, please.
That is 5.
5. You kind of rear the blood inside you. It's free, and you open your olfactory senses. Your eyes get a little bit clearer. Your ears get kind of tuned, and you start kind of looking at everybody. You see Among Us Girls is still there, but they're over there in a corner, like a booth, still hanging out together. Seems that she has found her friends, which is good. So that's one less thing for you to worry about this evening. There's a couple of kindred spirit about you, actually kind of dancing to this just generic house music that's playing at whatever, just trying to blend in. It seems almost like they're trying too hard to be yes, no, I'm approachable, approach me. Funnily enough, there is a buddy of yours named Malcolm. And by buddy, it's somebody that you used to work with at Mellow Mushroom that went out with the bars with you all the time, and he had like the same shift as you. And he is standing on the opposite end of the bar from where you see a couple of bikers standing over there. And like the bikers give off that similar vibe to you as well. But you see this guy Malcolm, who's like kind of like a tall gangly. He's about 6'3", has long hair that he keeps up in a beanie all the time, and he constantly rolls cigarettes but doesn't smoke them. He gives them out mostly to people because people always bum him for cigarettes. So like he stopped smoking for a while back, and now you're starting to connect why he stopped smoking, because it seems that he's this kindred thing that they're talking about too. He's kind of like you as well. And he's currently talking to some girl or whatever, and she seems very much out of his league because he looks like he's like this close to burnout, like still works in the service industry but could burn out at some point. And she's definitely like a doctor or a nurse or something at UAB.
I want to just go over by him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to specifically like interrupt this conversation, but I'll like sort of just post up like on the other side of him, like maybe the girl's on one side and I'm on the other side.
You see him, and he's like he's looking at her, and she seems into this conversation, whatever he's saying. He's like, so yeah, back in the day, I think it was about 1875 is when they started mass producing Jell-O. Okay, so before it was just made in home, but then they started putting tins of it with soldiers' rations and everything like that, which is not what a lot of people realize or anything like that. So when you get Jell-O starting with mass production, that's when you can start recognizing that the United States government was also mass producing hallucinogens. And she's like, no way. And he's like, wait, definitely. And you see him pull out like a leather pouch, and he sets it on the bar, and he pulls out like a top rolling paper, and he brings out like a little bit of weed, and you can kind of like smell it. It's kind of rich because of since the beast. And he brings out a little bit of tobacco, and he's kind of rolling it. And he goes, so when they started putting these hallucinogens in the Jell-O, what it was really doing was the Jell-O was counteracting with the hallucinogens. So it wasn't providing the desired effect. So when they distributed amongst the general populace, it actually, oh, what's up, Books? How's it going? And he goes, so, and he's like looking at it, he goes, when they developed all this stuff, it developed, instead of a hallucinogen, a kind of aphrodisiac, as you will. And thus, if you eat Jell-O, it makes you, and he hands her the spliff, want to fuck. And she goes, I don't even know if I want to fact check that. And she's like, how's it going?
I don't want to interrupt. I'm just hanging out.
Oh, no. You're good, man. You're good. Yeah, no, it's been a long time since I've seen you. You haven't been around. Wait.
Yeah, what's up, Malcolm? How you been?
Good. You stopped coming into work, which is like, I mean, fuck me, I guess, right?
Yeah, the shifts became a little bit rough for me.
Yeah. Shifts at a pizza joint became rough.
Yeah, they did. And I want to like look as serious as I can, like as I'm talking. I'm just like can I ask you something?
Yeah. Hey, Melanie, was it? And she's like, yeah, you actually got my name right. And he goes, I'm good like that. Why don't you go smoke that? Enjoy yourself. And we'll link back up in about 35 minutes. You can go ahead and check that whole Jello thing. Don't look at Wikipedia, though, because they're lying to you, okay? And she goes, okay, yeah, thank you. And, like, she's like, bye. And, like, turns and, like, walks off. He goes, yeah, you good? Do we need to go someplace private and stuff like that? There's, like, this really, like, kind of like dingy bathroom stall. Every place has them, but it's one bathroom stall that doesn't have a door on it. And I'm working on a theory on something like that as why that's the case.
I don't think that's necessary as long as you know, I think you'll catch on.
Okay.
But do you have any idea what the fuck that is? And I point to the Freddy Krueger.
And he goes...
And I give him a very serious face.
Serious face. And he goes, and he's like doing some mental calculation. And the curtain has closed on it, but... Oh, okay. I mean... Or he knows what you're talking about. Yeah, what that was. And he kind of like looks at you. And if you want to, you can give me a wits insight check. And he goes... Yeah, man, that was a crazy costume or prop or something like that, like special effects. Like that's like some Tom Savini shit.
Just one.
Just one. He's kind of hard to read, but he's like some Tom Savini shit.
It's a costume. Is that a prop?
Yeah, like I saw the guy walking around earlier. He's like pinching girls' butts and stuff. Like he's like saying "Welcome to prime time, bitch" and stuff like that. You know, so like you know.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It was just a little bit. I guess maybe I'm a little bit squeamish or something. I'm just wondering. I thought you might know something about it. You seem like you just know a lot of stuff, you know?
Are you okay, Books?
In a manner of speaking.
Are you like okay?
If I'm being honest, I'm not okay. But you don't need to concern yourself with that. I just wanted to ask you a question.
I think you and I should go talk. Altair. You make your way through the backstage and you immediately hear, what the goddamn fucking shit was that? God fucking damn it. You got him fucking, cut him down right now. Cut him down. God fucking shit. Oh, they're gonna tear my head for this. Fuck, man. Fuck. And then you see Carson. He like the clipboard gets thrown. It's actually a really, really good impersonation of Nick Saban on the sidelines. Just fucking takes the headset off, fucking throws it. That one's for all of my Alabama peeps in the chat right now. Goes ahead, throws the headset, tosses the clipboard. And you see the guy in the suit with the devil's mask. He's holding the devil's mask down. He goes, "It's gonna be fine, Carson. Nobody even noticed." And he's like, "No fucking nobody fucking know. Fuck you, nobody fucking noticed. All right, I'm fucking sitting there with my dick pissing in the wind. If I could piss in the wind, fucking showing my ass right now. God fucking damn it. What do you want?" Looks over at you, Altair. You're just kind of standing there, just like.
Yeah, he's pretty mortified. What's Carson's last name again? I'm sorry.
Collier. Collier. Collier.
Okay, so I think Altair will very cautiously approach this man, and he'll say, "Mr. Collier, sir, I wanted to ask you a few questions about." What happens?
You wanna...
The prince has asked us to.
Has asked you to investigate me?
Just to see what
I'm the goddamn
figure out what
victim
happened.
here. All right? I was the one that was on stage when all this shit happened. By the way, get him down. Cut him. He is zip-tied. You shits? No, don't pull it out yet. We gotta make sure that he's in a safe place. He's gonna scream and holler, and then we're gonna have a bunch of fucking normies out there. I'm sorry. But yeah, no, I am traumatized.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you saw anything from your perspective.
Did I see anything? Well, I don't know. I was standing there. I was getting ready to read the goddamn names off of the fucking... Picks it up, the fucking clipboard, and then fucking all of a sudden I'm supposed to be seeing a Bose sound system, and instead I'm seeing fucking Nosferatu clan wimp Lazlo Khan strugged out like fucking Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, but fucking a little bit less hair and not as fucking ripped. Alright? You understand what I'm fucking saying right now? If I could, I would have a Xanax right now. Maybe I just gotta find a wine mom that's out there and just kind of drink from her a little bit.
I think Altair takes a moment and kind of like takes a deep breath. Because this guy is very angry.
Yeah.
And it takes a little effort to not also get angry. So he takes a moment to take a deep breath, and he says, kind of through gritted teeth, so who was responsible for propping up the prize? Who was supposed to do the bows, whatever you said it was?
Who was supposed to set? One of the fucking rigger guys, you know, the ones that are always walking around. They have fucking the black tape on their wrists, and the theater nerds or whatever that we hire from the college.
Okay, and when Mr. Lazlo came down,
yeah,
you looked out,
yeah,
to the crowd.
Well, it was more like they were looking through me, looking through my soul and everything, but I did look out to the crowd, yes.
Did anyone seem suspicious?
I don't fucking know. Maybe that leather jacket wearing asshole that's been fucking walking around like, look at me, I've got a fucking motorcycle. Or maybe fucking dreadlocks up there. It was just like, you know what? Yeah, I'm a baby vampire, but you know what? I'm gonna make my way and I'm just gonna fucking stab somebody and then display them so I can have my ass for fucking grits in the morning. Or maybe, it's those fucking bikers that are hanging back there. The fucking anarchs. The night crew that I'm talking about constantly. Just fucking burn them out of the whatever rat's nest they're in. But no. For some fucking reason, we have to maintain proper relations. Because we don't know what could happen if the fucking lupines descend upon us and eat our hearts out. I'm sorry. You didn't deserve that. I'm very angry.
I can tell. And he kind of like pauses for a moment. He says, look, I'm just trying to figure out what happened. It's fine. Thanks for helping. And he like storms off, not storms, but walks angrily away towards the body, Mr. Lazlo's body.
You start going to Mr. Lazlo's body, and he goes, well, there was one thing.
And he stops and like turns around, and he kind of like glares at Carson.
And we are going to go to a break on that note. So everyone be sure to go use the restroom, take a good stretch, and get some snacks, get some more water, get some Vitae, everything like that. Thank you to everybody who has followed so far and who has subscribed. We've hit 50 subscribe points. We're at 50 subscribers, so that means that we get a new emote, which is very, very cool. So thank you, everybody. We're going to go and take a quick, let's call it a 7-minute break. So we're going to take a quick 7-minute break, and then we will be back there. So catch you all here for part 2 of this evening's show. And we're back with the back half of episode 2, chapter 2 of Iron City by Night, Night Terrors. Hope you all got a snack, got you something to drink or nibble on, or someone to drink or nibble on. Insert Vincent Price laugh here.
Sorry.
So where we left off, Carson Collier had just told Altair, wait, no, I do remember something. But we're going to cut back to Madelyn and Aaron, because I like to do CW teen drama style editing, where it's just like, cut, tension. All right, so, Madelyn, Aaron, you had just got done talking with Jada, and you were going to interact somehow with the night crew that was by the bar.
Yeah.
Is there an empty beer bottle that I could grab?
Yeah, assuming you both step out of the security office.
Not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet. Okay.
Sorry. I was trying to remember someone's name.
Let's go.
Are you familiar with Doyle?
Oh, Jada
Yeah.
goes, oh, that fucking salamander of a fucking kindred. Yes, I'm familiar with Doyle. He came up to the prince and when he introduced himself, presented himself, and said that he was from Biloxi or Baton Rouge or something. But then we did some digging on him and found out that he was kicked out of New Orleans.
Yeah. I had Terrence hole him up in a room upstairs because he was feeding on some woman in the back alley.
That's who was feeding in the back alley? Okay. Okay.
I don't think he's actually involved, but
I'll just rough him up a little bit and send him on his way. He's mostly harmless. Okay, I'll take care of that. Anything else?
no. I'll signal if I need help with the night crew.
Okay, behind the bottle of Patron Silver on the bar that's up on the wall, all you have to do is wave at it, and then we'll go ahead and have somebody sent to you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
After you, darling.
Okay.
Jada turns back
Madelyn
around.
is very focused on that word and just walks out. And I'll grab the first empty beer bottle I see.
Okay.
I'm just gonna kind of like lazily carry it at my side, like I finished it.
You find a bottle of Michelob Ultra and just grab it from a table from a frat boy that doesn't even notice it, and then you just kind of pour it out quickly, and then you hold it like it's an empty bottle at your side. And you two start making your way towards where the night crew have gathered around.
Before we get close to them,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna lean over to Ian. I was gonna say,
Who's Ian?
sorry, Aaron. I'm gonna lean over to Aaron, and just they're a bunch of little shits that show up in my haven all the time. They'll likely know me, but they won't know you if you want to use that to your advantage for any reason.
I would like to, if you can just hold back for a minute.
Okay.
And don't take anything I say personally.
As you are walking up towards it, you do notice, and books, you do clock them as well. You see Ian and Aaron and Madelyn. I'll shame myself. Who's Ian? All right, Aaron. Yeah, I'll see Aaron. You see Aaron and Madelyn walking towards the bar, almost like they're walking towards you, but their eyes are focused past you. You two see Books talking to some 6'3" guy, looks like a skate rat burnout kind of dude. Service industry, definitely, just from the smell of him.
I'm going to walk up to the bar where the night crew guys are, now that they've been pointed out to me. And they probably look vaguely similar to me, actually, I assume.
Instead, one of them... Okay, so there's 3 of them. There is a short one that's wearing a denim vest with patches on it. Decidedly biker patches, like MC Club. On the back, you see it says Iron City Haints on it.
Okay.
But on the front, you see like Sergeant on one side, the 1%er patch on the top, and then you see TNC underneath the 1%er.
Okay.
And then this guy is wearing a bandana folded over, just like, Billy Zabka style bandana. He's wearing his sunglasses inside. He's got the mutton chops. And he is currently doing the chopsticks with the sake bomb on the bar and being very loud and obnoxious. Okay. You see one guy who clearly has like that I'm the leader of this outfit kind of look. You would know that's Marcus Wyndham, Madelyn. He's wearing a leather jacket proper, like Aaron here. But he has similar patches, but one says lieutenant on it instead of...
Yeah, but he wears it like a tool.
Yes, very much so. Dark complexion. He's wearing a watch cap folded over on the back of his hair. He's got a goatee. And he is just he's not drinking anything. He's just leaning and like looking at the crowd all across them. And then the third one is staring intently at Aaron. He's about 6'6", rippling muscle. He's wearing no shirt, just a leather like his colors. And he's got it's got Men at Arms patch right there, 1%er TNC, and then Haint's back patch as well. And he's got the braided goatee, bald head, and he's got tattoos on his head as well that makes it look like a skull. And he's just kind of he's like staring at you as you're walking up.
Okay, I'm gonna walk right up next to him.
All right.
And I'm going
which one are you walking up next to?
Oh, the last guy.
The last guy. Okay, the big guy.
Oh yeah. And I'm gonna ignore them for a minute and flag down a bartender.
Mm-hmm.
Order.
Same bartender from before.
Highland Park.
Okay. Yeah, excellent. I remember you from before. It's been a while. I haven't seen you back at the bar here. It's kind of slowed down a little bit. The bar people are dancing more than drinking. Yeah. It's kind of ebbs and flows if you've ever worked in the bar industry. And grabs a glass real quick, grabs a bottle of Highland Park, pours it, looks at you, pours about the amount that she thinks would be good, hands it over to you, and she goes, "Just put on your tab?"
Yes, thank you.
Of course. Puts it up like there, and the big guy beside you. And Books, even though there's a lot of noise and everything like that, and you can hear like the bass kind of thrumming in your ears, there's a tension in the air from the 6'6" guy at the end of the bar, and you can see Aaron, a shit-eating smirk, not a grin, but a smirk on his face as he gets his Highland Park, and he sniffs it, looks at it a little bit, and
back down in the bar,
like pool balls, billiard balls, clacking around. This guy's voice just goes, "I think you're in the wrong part of the bar, mister."
Why's that?
We'll see here. This is where I stand, and you're awfully close to where I stand. And I don't see a patch that shows that you should be standing here.
Quietly, I say, and I'm also pretty sure this is Elysium, and you probably would not want to break those rules. I smell it again and set it back down. I'm holding it in my hand when I set it down, though.
Mm-hmm. He goes, "Yeah, it's Elysium right now. But once we get close to 5 a.m., 6 a.m., and that sun starts arising, say we just chain your ankles up to the back of my ride out there and see which one of us bursts into flames first."
Fun game. Played it a few times. What are you riding?
look here. And then the guy with the full leather jacket goes over. He goes, now, Rex, calm down, all right? Look, fella, I don't want to get in any problems here or anything. Like you said, this is a gathering place right now. We're just trying to have fun. And the guy goes, man, these are some fucking dense-ass chopsticks. Oh! And then, like, goes and then knocks back the sake bomb and goes, yeah, what he said.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not trying to cause any problems. I saw some fellow bikers thought I'd introduce myself. That's all. I'm new.
Nice to meet you, new. I'm Marcus.
Dad jokes.
He just smirks at you and he goes, so you're new in town? What are you riding?
77 Bonneville.
Ah. That's your Bonnie that's in the alleyway.
Yeah.
Very nice. Saw it when I came in. And he kind of leans forward and he goes, he looks at a bartender and just holds up his finger and then taps the bar. And he goes, so, what's somebody like you riding a Bonnie doing up hanging out with all the suits upstairs?
Trying to not stir up trouble too soon.
Looking at you, you seem like the type that trouble just follows you in.
Sometimes I leave it far enough behind me.
Well, new, you look pretty smart. So I'm going to let you in on something here. While this is Elysium, and there's all these cammy fucks walking around here acting like they know what's up.
They don't.
They don't. We saw the stage. We saw what the fuck happened to old fucking Lazlo Khan up there. Things are slipping.
Oh, is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the impression I got. That's why I figured I'd introduce myself to people who were slightly more intelligent. So let me get this straight. Why do you still hang out here?
Just trying to keep our eyes on things. Report back to boss if anything happens out of order.
Boss?
Yeah, boss. Speaking of bosses, you look like you could use another drink there, boss. And he turns towards the bartender. Holds up two, like that. Books. You're at the other end of the bar. And Malcolm has said, Can we go talk?
I would love to.
All right, follow me. And he starts walking towards the back hallway where everybody seems to be going in and out of, past the security room and goes into the back hallway. And you see the security guard standing there, just the one in the regular suit. And he goes, hey, pal, where do we go for a smoke? And the guy goes, there's an area out front or back. And he goes, okay, why don't you go have a cigarette real quick? And the guy goes, yeah, I'll go have a cigarette real quick. And then just walks out away from the hallway. And he goes, come on here. And opens up the fire exit door and then puts a brick in between it. And starts walking over towards some trash cans and some milk crates on there. And he turns and looks at you and goes, so what's up? And I don't mean like a general, like, what's up? How's it been going? How's it been hanging? But what's up with you? Like, what's up with you? Because I think I know what's up with you. And if it is what I think it is, then you're in a pile of shit right now.
Well, I'm in a pile of shit right now, so I think it is what you think it is.
Okay, so what if I told you that there was a clandestine organization of blood-sucking monsters that make every single decision from a local government level all the way to a federal government level right now, okay? Now, Now stick with me, okay? Because this sounds like my normal brand of bullshit. But what if I told you that there was an equally clandestine organization that was dedicated to eradicating all of them, that has been waiting in the wings, shadowed, waiting for a time to strike, and now that time has come upon us, okay? What if I also told you that you and I are just been brought into this clandestine war between two clandestine organizations, and we're just the pawns of it like normal everyday people, okay? What if I told you that big government is actually not run by lizard people, but vampires?
Well, some of that you would be the second person to tell me, and some of that you would be the first person to tell me.
Okay.
But at this point, I mean, there's probably nothing you could tell me at this point that would surprise me.
So, I think you know what I am, and I think I know what you are, and I think we're working for the same person here.
That I don't know. But I would, in particular, just it's a little bit urgent. I would like to, I'd like to talk to you a little bit more at some point, but I would like to know if you really know what was going on with that staked guy out there.
Yes. The stake guy out there. Yeah. You see what that was? That was a Black Ops strike force that happened from one of the clandestine sides against the other one, okay? He was placed there not as just a warning, but an invitation for them to meet, because they didn't take somebody, because you know what? If that was somebody important, then this whole place would have been shut down. We all would have just been eradicated right there, just ripped apart, limb from limb. But no, everything's going as normal, and all of these fucking sheeple are acting like it's just Halloween, okay? It's the perfect cover, okay? Somebody gets crucified on stage, we all just laugh about it, and then we play some misfits, and then carry on with the rest of our evening. But you know what's actually happening is that there are two, okay, get with me here, 1 second. 2 clandestine organizations, but within one of those clandestine organizations, there's also 2 or 3 splintered groups that have branched off, and they're actually infighting against each other. So, other clandestine organization is taking it upon themselves to go and take advantage of the infighting between those other 3 groups. All right? Are you with me here? Okay, so 2 groups, then to 3, then there's another one. All right?
Do you know what these clandestine groups are called?
I've been taking notes. And he pulls out like one of those like field notebooks, and he opens it up, and he like pulls like a pen from out of his beanie. You don't know where he fucking got, like, he's just in his beanie. And he goes, so I've been taking notes, and I've been paying attention to certain online forums. And I'm not talking about 4chan or Chad ass Reddit. No, I'm talking about real fucking online forums where people meet and deal in only cryptocurrency and information. It is a highway, and I'm fucking mainlining on it, man. I'm not even on anything. This is the most sober I've been in 3 months, my dude. And he's like flipping through, and he's going, and I found some key notes. Things like Beast, Elysium, Childer. Who says Childer? All right? It's not sweet child or mine. It's sweet child of mine. All right? Okay? So there's code words. All right? And so I've been, and he flips to the back of it. He's like, I found that there's a code here. I'm holding chapstick. Where am I holding chapstick? I don't care. But he's like going through, and he's like, I think I've cracked a code. And I've actually discovered that what's actually happening is vampires and the Nicaraguan government have been going in over drug wars over here, and the battlegrounds is Birmingham, Alabama, but we're not the only one, okay? This is happening in places like Atlanta, Montgomery, New York, Nashville, LA. There's a lot of shit happening in LA. Do you know that there was a mall that got locked down for a bombing, like a bomb threat, and nobody did anything? Nothing happened, all right?
I don't even know. That was rapid fire, but you have been, I guess, informative in many ways.
I'm just
Did
trying
you
to help
say
you out.
that
Man.
you were working for someone?
He puts his notebook up and he goes, yeah. Okay. So, I know you're cool, okay? And I'm cool. I think we might be working for the same guy. He's a guy that I met on one of these forums that was doing the same thing that I was doing. But he is actually here in Birmingham, Alabama, and he's doing something as a front, and I think I've almost tracked down who he is in real life. But he's been paying me in Bitcoin to figure out some more information for him.
How long have you been involved with this? You seem very like on the outside of it.
I'm trying to stay on the outside of it, man. I'm not trying to get in too deep, okay? Because once you get in too deep, that's when you become obsessive about it, okay? And it becomes the only thing that you're worried about. You know, I'm still trying to get laid here, man. No girl wants to have sex with some dude that listens to Fish and just talks about space aliens all the time, okay? Are you with me? You feel, you know, you're pulling trim from all over town, okay?
Well, do you think that you could give me the URL to one of those forums? Or the...
I don't know. I mean, I could probably, like, show you, you know, like, not, like, send it to you, but, like, show you. Because, like, I'm trying to get my footing, and I don't want anybody to figure out, and I don't want to just bring in anybody, you know?
Okay. What do you mean, show me?
You know, like, we figure out a time when you can come over. I'll go ahead and set up a secure VPN, and then I can go ahead and show you. So that, you know, I'm not, like, telling you, I'm not sending you instructions, but you kind of, like, learn on your own, you know? Teach a man to fish, and he'll have food for the rest of his life. But if you give a man a fish, then he doesn't know what the fuck to do with the fish. He's just holding a fish. And he's like, I don't know, do I start a fire? I don't have a knife to descale this motherfucker. You know, so feed, you know, teach a man to fish. And then teach him how to cook a fire, or make a fire, and then how to cook a fish and everything like that. It's a step-by-step process.
Okay. I think that'll work. Are you working with anyone else on the ground? I know you're communicating with people online. Or is there anyone else that you're working with?
That's the fucking thing, all right? There's people all over the place that are learning this shit and picking up on things, but I'm the only motherfucker in Birmingham. Except for this other guy that I'm working for.
All right. Well, I think that's all the questions I have. I thank you for being so forthcoming and informative. I think you've probably been...
No, dude, I mean, do you remember Onion...
You've told me the most stuff today. I'll say that.
Well, I love hanging out with you, man. You know, do you remember Onion Hockey? Back at Mello?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you know, just like Onion Hockey. Yeah, I mean, and then, like, there was that one time... You know, at Nana Funk's, we don't like to go there, but we went there that one time because we got really drunk, and we're like, we'll never go to Nana Funk's, we should go to Nana Funk's. And then that dude threw up on the pool table, and I looked at you and I said, I've never seen anything like this happen before in my life, and this was a moment that was shared between us, like two star-crossed lovers. But we're not lovers, all right? Because I'm asexual. Well, not really, sometimes.
Yeah. Nana Funk's, sure.
By the way, are you feeling okay, brother? You look a little pale.
It's been a rough day. But you've helped make it better.
Hey, I'm just happy that I can help, all right? And he puts his shoulder on his he puts his hand on your shoulder and he goes, "Now, I'm going to go find that nurse I was talking to, and I'm going to go sell her drugs because I really need rent money." And he goes, "I will catch you later." And he turns and he walks inside. Altair.
Yes.
Finally, that we've gotten here after that cliffhanger. Carson's looking at you. He goes, "There is one thing."
Altair gives him the go-ahead expression.
Don't you think it's a little suspicious that your sire didn't show up tonight. That your sire sent you instead.
I think at that, Altair he hadn't even thought about that. That didn't even cross his mind. And he hesitates for a moment, and then he says, no, it's not suspicious at all. And surely Aster just didn't want to come. This isn't really his kind of deal. Why would you think that?
I don't know. It's just because, Silverson likes to keep tabs on people, likes to keep an eye on them, make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. And, well, I don't know how to tell you this, Altair, because you seem like a good kid, but, Aster kind of left after you left, and he hasn't made it back home yet, apparently. Just from what I heard. So, I mean, it just looks mighty suspicious from my point of view. And I would really, really hate for, the prince to find out about that. Or, hell, even Madelyn find out about that, because she might do something to him.
Really, it's not like that. It's nothing. You don't have to worry about it, and Madelyn doesn't have to worry about it either. And I think Carson could tell that Altair's getting pretty nervous. He's kind of wringing his hands, not making eye contact with him at all.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you nervous or anything like that. I was just trying to help out your investigation, everything like that. Other than that, I mean, there was those biker guys that came in later, and I mean, what if there was like a thin blood running around or something like that? That would be something to look into as well.
Yeah, I'll look into it. Thanks, Mr. Carson. I will stop bothering you now. And he's slowly backing away.
Hey, Altair, don't even sweat it. And if you want to, you can always come by City Club. It's right there on top of the regiment's bank building. It's that nice, swanky cocktail lounge that you get the whole view of the whole city and everything like that. Come by. First drinks on me, of course. I mean, either one.
Thanks. I will. I'll keep that in mind. I, don't really go to clubs very often, but yeah. Thanks, sir. Then he just continues to back away.
Hey, I get it, Altair, and don't worry. You know what? It's not a club. It's a cocktail lounge. It's a very nice place. But you have a great rest of your evening. And the guy in the suit with the devil mask, Ian Morris, stops you and goes, by the way, I like your sweater.
Altair just
Did you get that at is that Brooks Brothers or Banana Republic or LL Bean?
I think literally all he says is yes, and then turns to go stand by where why can't I think of his name? Lazlo's body is.
Oh yeah. Lazlo, that's over. Yeah, they have unzip tied him, and he is now leaning off to the side in the wings, and they're cleaning off the Bose sound system thing, and getting it, and they're about to raise the platform up with the rigging.
Okay, can I take a look at just the general area, see if there was any suspicious signs of struggling or I don't know, any sort of clues?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a wits and investigation. Detective Altair on the case.
Haha. Let's see. That is 4 successes.
4 successes. 4 big ones. Okay, here. So, when you're looking over the whole crime scene area, There is no signs of struggle. There are some scuff marks that you can tell by one part of the lighting where probably the shoes were dragged, and you can kind of match it up with Lazlo, the back of his shoes, that lead toward the ladder that goes up towards where the rigging is. You'd probably have to investigate further up there. When you're looking at him, he doesn't have anything in his pockets. Lazlo doesn't have anything in his pockets. You look at the stake, and it looks like there's something carved into it or written on it. It seems to be made out of, like, polished and varnished wood, though. But you would have to pull it out to actually see what's written on it. And to pull it out would...
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there, who is, like, kind of tending to the body right now? Some, like, council member? Like...
No, it seemed like a couple of probably ghouls or somebody that, like...
Okay.
Like, Ian Morris is kind of coordinating all of that. He's kind of like,
Okay.
yeah, take them, and then there should be a car out back. Go ahead and take them to the car. Make sure nobody sees them. And if they
Okay.
do, just be like, it's a Halloween prop. You know how to lie. Just fucking lie about it, okay? It's not that hard. You lie all the time. That kind of thing.
Yeah, and so I think Altair will approach him and say, by the way, when you pull the stake out, I think there's something written on it.
Oh, really? I didn't get that close because it's kind of gross, isn't it? I mean, his face is all goopy.
It's you just ignore it. Out of character question.
Yeah.
For the tombstone killings or
Mm-hmm.
crimes, does stake with things written on it, does that sound familiar? Has that like
Typically, so with the killings, it hasn't been like proper stakes. It's been items that have just been shoved into.
Okay,
That have
like
been used as makeshift
yeah.
shanks. But I assume Altair has watched enough true crime documentaries or listened to enough true crime podcasts or has been in psychiatry school for a while. You've gone through your whole like psychology exams, stuff like that. You would know that serial killers tend to escalate. So that's something that you could probably pull from that. Maybe I could give you a little bit further if you would want to give me a, let's see here,
I always
an
want to roll dice.
intelligence and an academics, maybe.
Okay. I mean, I'm down. I'm good at that.
Okay, let's go for it.
Except I only got one success, so don't know how good I am at it actually.
I would say because of everything going on, even though it aligns closely with your kind, Altair probably hasn't been paying a lot of attention to all the tombstone stuff because, I mean, there's so much else you've got going on in your life.
Killings are scary anyway.
Yeah, who's got time for that?
No. Okay, cool. So he Altair will also ask, where are you taking Mr. Lazlo?
Oh shit, that's a good question. We don't. Does anybody really know where he lives? I mean, we'd probably have to get the Primogen online or another one of these Nosferatu or something.
I mean, Madelyn might know.
Madelyn? Which one is the cheerleader? Yes. Yeah, I guess we could ask her. I mean, that's fine. I don't really know a lot about the Nosferatu in this city. There's quite a few of them, but I just I don't know.
Do you want me to go find her?
You know what? That is not a bad idea. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and go find her, and let her know that we're back here. We're about to move him to a car, and we would actually be really, really grateful if she could tell us where he lives, if she knows. I mean, I'm not trying to say that, all Nosferatu know each other or anything like that. I'm not that kind of person, like.
Right.
Yeah. This is just a mask, and he holds up the devil mask and everything.
Yeah, okay, I will go find her then. and just like slowly start walking away.
Okay, we'll be here. And he pulls out his like, and you notice that his phone is like a BlackBerry. Like it's not even like an iPhone or anything like that. It's a BlackBerry, and he just goes to like, you know, tapping away at it as you start making your way outside. Madelyn, Aaron. Marcus has bought.
Intently watching him.
Yeah, Marcus has bought Aaron a drink, and they seem to be having a chat, like just a chit chat, just well, not even a chat. It's just kind of like silent brooding. Is this what men? Is this what men on bikes do at bars? They just kind of brood around each other, like.
I'm just leaned against like one of the bar tables with my empty bottle in front of me, but my hood kind of pulled down a little bit.
Marcus goes, look, you know, if you it's all nice and all that you like decided to go ahead and present yourself to the prince and everything. That's like really, really nice of you. But you know, if you ever want to like hang out or anything like that, you know, we've got a clubhouse that you can come shoot the shit, you know, down with. You know, maybe I don't know, stand by a fire and think about your unlife for the rest of your life. You know, maybe talk about raging against the machine that is holding you and the rest of our kind back for hundreds of years. Or
are you sure Shorty's not going to use me for a pool cue?
He goes, the guy with the mutton chops goes, nah, I'm shit at pool anyways. Now, darts, on the other hand, those fingers look real sharp.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, this is not my cup of tea, to put it nicely. But,
yeah, you don't look the type.
No, I don't. Question. While I'm here, though, because this will determine how long I'm in your fucking city. What was all that about?
Oh, that? The song and dance on the stage with Carson Collier pissing blood?
Yeah, the suit crying himself to bloody tears.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was gonna shit his pants.
Yeah, I mean, so I don't know how much you know, but there's been this tombstone guy going around killing or torporing kindred.
Literally been here for 4 hours.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, I don't know where you're from or anything like that new, but, yeah, I mean, there's this guy that's been going around staking or eating our kind and then leaving graffiti up there saying things like not your city or beggar king or pack up your bags, things like that, you know. So, I mean, like, you know, just that good and proper, just like fuck shit up kind of attitude, you know. It's graffiti, so that always ruffles anybody's feathers, whether you're mortal or kindred. And then B, I mean, he's going after camis, so, you know.
I mean, it doesn't sound entirely fun, but if he's only going after camis, I guess it's not a big deal. This is Sabat.
Sure, it's just going. And then even
full of jokes, apparently.
Even Rex is going. It's like fuck. He goes. I don't. Sabat haven't been here since like fucking what? 2010? Like 2005? 2001? I don't fucking know. I mean, the only Sabat that we know of is our lovely sheriff. And she's reformed. Born again. You know?
Really?
Oh, yeah. No, don't you know? Oh, fucking Alexander.
Fucking 4 hours again. Seriously.
Oh, God. Yeah. Sorry. I forget. You're a baby. Yeah. No.
Just here.
Baby Iron City, of course. Yeah. Now, Yeah, no. She was like some shovelhead that, you know, just kind of made her way up through the ranks, and then she got left behind enemy lines, and Silverson decided that he was going to make an example of her, and we all thought, because I wasn't always like this. I used to be like your friend over there, you know. Oh, the guy with the dreadlocks that you've been walking around with.
Oh, the kid.
Yeah. I used to be Cammy too, you know? Surprise, and everything like that. And then, you know, I started, you know, opening my eyes to things.
Understanding that there's more reasonable ways to go about life. Yeah, on life, whatever. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. So, you know, just started making my way doing things. And meeting people. And I started to meet the right people. Started reading the right literature. Started forming my own ideas for myself. Gave a middle finger to Silverson and the rest of his cronies. Decided to throw myself the fuck out of here. But he did make a Sabat La Sombra sheriff. Because, you know, it's all about reaching across the aisle, you know?
Yeah, no, there's a lot of that where I'm from. So what do you know about this Tombstone character?
Oh, fuck all. Man, you know, he doesn't go after my people. Why would we go after him, you know? He wears a hood. He leaves graffiti around.
A hood?
Yeah. Like, apparently people that have, like, seen him, because apparently he's helped people that have been, like, almost attacked by somebody, and he swooped down, saved them, snapped some necks, writes some checks, you know, see you later, forget about it.
What kind of... That's fucking weird.
Yeah, isn't it? Like, it's like he's like the fucking Crow or something, you know?
God, that movie's terrible. Okay. I mean, I guess it's not that big of a deal then.
Nah.
I was thinking about heading out of town tomorrow because of that shit, but...
Yeah, I mean, you're not Camarilla, right? So you ain't got to worry about him.
Yeah, so, all right. I got to catch a snack, but where's your clubhouse?
Oh, it moves around. You got a cell phone?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Rex, give him your number. And the big guy goes, all right. Hand it over.
I hand him a phone.
Yeah. He goes, oh, the buttons are cute. And he puts in his phone number and hands it over. He goes, go ahead and give a call tomorrow, and we'll let you know where.
Sure. Will do.
Good talking to you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Hey, put all those drinks on my tab. I say to the bartender.
You got it. And he goes, it's very generous of you.
It's not my card. And I walk away.
See you around.
I walk straight past Madelyn.
Okay. Madelyn, what are you doing? Oh, you're muted. There you go.
Yes. As he walks past me, I'm going to tap the beer bottle on the table.
Mm-hmm.
And take it, and I am going to wander around, fake drinking from the bottle, but go in his direction.
Go in Marcus's direction?
Aaron's direction?
Aaron's direction. Got it. Okay, cool.
Essentially following after him, but making it look like just a drunk person wandering.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Books. You have started to make your way back inside from your talk with Malcolm. Altair, where were you headed?
Looking for Madelyn, actually.
Oh, look what happened. Coming from
You
backstage.
would see me kind of just wandering around with a beer bottle.
You're all kind of making your way towards the same area, to the VIP area. It's about 1 o'clock, getting on to 1:30. So the first wave of club goers is kind of lagging. And then there's around 2 a.m. there's probably going to be a second wave of party goers when other bars close. what are you all doing as you all kind of bump into each other?
I'm going to see Altair walking towards me and just... What?
Altair will get, like, next to you. Get next to you. That sounds creepy, but, you know, stand next to you and kind of lean in. And he says, they're taking Mr. Lazlo's body away. I don't know if you know where to take him or if there's some place you think he should go, but they don't know where to take him, so...
You see, I'm kind of the one who knows where he lives, so just have them put him in my car and I'll take care of it.
Okay, do you want to tell them that, maybe?
Sure, I have a feeling if you say it, you'll stutter and they'll get suspicious of you. And we can't have you getting axed tonight now, can we?
Right.
All right, show me where they are.
And Altair will just start heading backstage again.
Books and Aaron, are you following?
I think Books, are you still out in the back?
I made my way back in.
Okay.
At this point,
when I see Altair intercept Madelyn, I will walk toward the security area, but kind of chill once I get a certain distance away and wait for them to see where they go and then follow.
Got it. Yeah, they start to make their way towards the backstage like door, the one that leads like backstage on the side of the stage. Books, you see that as well.
Yeah, if I see them, I will head towards them.
Excellent. All right. You all, in one way or another, make your way inside the backstage door. You see that they have started to like wrap up Lazlo's body, the stake still sticking out of his chest, and Carson seems to have calmed down a bit. Ian is still tapping away at his phone. And they both look at all four of you walk in. And Carson goes, "Oh shit, the gang's all here."
Yes, my young friend here, he, sorry, that was me, not Madelyn. He, told me that you need some assistance getting my cousin home, so I came to facilitate that.
Oh, yes, excellent. Yeah, if you just need to let us know where we can drop him off, then we can de-stake the motherfucker. We don't want him to cause too much, ruckus. And he looks over at you, Books, and he goes, "You see, when you get staked, you don't die, like in the movies. You just kind of lock up a bit, but it can be very painful coming out of it. And we don't want him to be screaming or anything, or it could cause a fright for some of our more sensitive clientele. But you get that, don't you, Brooks?"
It's Books, and I understand.
Shit, I'm sorry. I'm usually better with names.
Storyteller question. Do I know what clan this guy is that I'm speaking to?
Yeah, he's Ventru. Ventru, yeah.
Perfect. I hope that you will understand. I'm sure a man of your level and your experience can understand. We Nosferatu can't just be giving out our home addresses. I hope you understand. We have contingency plans and we have considerate next of kin contacts. So I have a car. If you put him in my car, I take him to the place that our kind has agreed upon. I'll make sure that Hannah knows all about it.
All right. No, I get you. Real Batman shit. Nah, I got you. Yeah, no, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, we'll offload them onto you so I don't have to do anything and I can just go home later. I mean...
Wonderful. We want to make sure everybody gets home.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I guess it's really up to you whether we can start letting Kindred leave. Some of them are getting mighty angsty out there, getting real mad. They're like, "How dare you keep me in here?"
Well, I mean, are they mad because they think they're above being kept here, or are they mad because they seem like they got somewhere to be?
I mean, you know how they are. I mean, it's Halloween. They don't want to stay at one place the entire night. Who stays at one club for the entire night of Halloween? I mean...
Well, I don't know about you, but I think if our dear prince's life is in danger, I'd rather lock the doors and let everyone sleep here till the next night if it means it keeps him safe.
Look. He looks around. He goes, let me level with you, all right? I'm a big fan of Alexander, all right? He and I are buds and everything. We get along. We talk shop.
I feel there's an awful big butt coming.
But you know how he gets. He's got his stories in his head, and he likes his movies a lot. And oh god, he just discovered anime, and that's just a whole other thing that we're opening up right now. We're having to deal with.
Fucking hell.
But he gets ideas, and you know, sometimes he acts on them, and like.
Yes, I get it. I'm sure he thinks there's a Shinigami floating around here or some shit.
I don't know what that means, but yes, of course. He said boogeyman a bunch of times. You know, ever since the siege, boogeyman.
Oh, okay.
Sabat.
That probably would have been something good to tell me.
Yeah, no, I mean, he said it a bunch of times earlier. We just assume that everybody knows that, you know, Sabat around. I mean, ever since the siege happened, you know, and everything happened, and he almost got taken out. I mean, my previous, like, my forebear, Erasmus, had his head ripped off by a shovel head, okay? Just some random one just came and clipped him on the side, then pop, off like a top.
God, you talk a lot.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah.
Thank you.
But look, okay.
Please just get my cousin loaded into my car so I can be on with my evening.
Okay, I will get your cousin loaded into the car, but can you tell me if we can let some of these people leave now? Has your investigation options been exhausted?
I'm going to turn to Aaron, look at him for a moment, and I'm going to turn back and go, every person that you let leave, if you don't mind, and I surely would appreciate it, I need names and phone numbers. Just in case I got to follow up with anybody, you know?
That can be so exhausting. That's like 50 people, but okay. I'll
make sure there's a shiny, pretty favor in it for you.
I will take you up on it. That is a deal. All right. I'll go ahead and get him loaded up in your vehicle.
Thank you so much, Sugar.
We will let everybody go, and we will get follow-up information for them.
Thank you.
Don't
you
let everyone
are
go.
an absolute peach.
Don't let everyone go.
Some of your boys have a Mr. Doyle held upstairs. Hold on to him.
Shit, Cheryl, you got Doyle locked up in there? I mean, he's harmless as a fucking fruit fly. I mean, yeah, he sucks co-ed's bloods around here, and we gotta pop him on the wrist, but come on, he doesn't have a lot left in his life. I mean, he's been kicked out of damn near every other city that he's been from.
I think it's worth letting him twist in the wind at least a little bit.
Sure, if you want him to get his garters all tied up, then I reckon we'll just let him stay overnight. You know, we'll block him up in the box.
Sleep in a closet. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, we'll put him in the bunkhouse.
There you go.
All right.
All right. And I'm gonna turn to Aaron since I know he drove separately, and I'm just gonna say, "Follow me."
That's good.
Before anyone disperses, Altair will kind of look to the three of you and say, can I tell you guys something really quick? Just come here, and like motions for them to like come close that he can like whisper.
Carson goes, I get it. Private stuff.
Thank you, Carson. Bye-bye now.
Bye. And he's like, why the fuck am I still here? And just like wanders off.
That's a mood. That's Altair's mood too. And he just goes, earlier when all of this started to go down, I saw something.
What'd you see?
It was, and real quick storyteller question. You said there was bats or rats at the end of the premonition?
Bats.
Okay. And Altair kind of gives a very quick overview of the premonition. It's like there was a tombstone with the prince's name on it, and there were bats, and they were
sweetheart. That's a lot of words for the middle of the club right now.
Okay, I just wanted to let you know.
I want you to follow me, along with Aaron and Books if you want to come. You look like somebody who could probably use a very secure place to stay.
Okay, I mean, I have a place to stay, but...
Don't right now. Trust me. For 48 hours, none of us got a safe place to stay that's away from each other.
That.
My place at least has enough room that we can all get away from each other if we want it.
Okay.
Books, that all right with you, son? I know that this is all new and annoying.
Yeah, I guess. I suppose I'm gonna need a ride.
You can hop in my car.
All right.
And with that, you have the two ghouls of, I guess, they would be Ian and Carson's ghouls. You direct them towards where Madelyn's car is. Madelyn, where did you park? Exactly.
I parked in the general parking lot.
Over behind the Chick-fil-A. Yeah.
I like for a lot of people to look at my car.
Perfect. Yeah. A lot of people. There's for those that don't know, in Birmingham, there's a Chick-fil-A that's across the street from this area, and it's a heavy parking, but it's a no parking place, but people park there anyways. And sitting right in the middle of the parking lot, with this covered ass fucking, they have it sitting in the alleyway waiting for you to roll up with it. But you go and describe your vehicle to the rest of the Coterie members as we walk upon it.
It is a pearl white 1967 Cadillac, completely refurbished, with white walls, of course.
It's too
Hard
good.
top.
Hard top. Too
and,
sweet.
Pearlized paint.
Seems mighty swanky for someone who likes to stay hidden all the time.
It's not necessarily mine.
She
This
gets
car slaps.
Thank you.
Interesting.
Is it not a motorcycle for you?
I'll be back. I actually will go back to the alley.
grab the Bonnie.
Yeah, grab my jet black, mint condition, but obviously repaired several times, Triumph Bonneville, and walk it across the road over to the parking lot because it is raining right now.
Yeah, it's raining. So when you get to the Bonnie, you find on the saddle there is a compass on it, and it's like one of those old, like cheap, like Plinko, like not Plinko, but like the capsule toy compasses, kind of like that. Yeah, kind of like that, but a little bit smaller. Just sitting on there, and there's a note that's been wrapped up and like put inside the cap of it. So when you take it out, and it goes, it just says, "This will help you find the spot." It just says M written on it.
I slid that into my pocket as well as the compass.
When you slide that into the pocket, you also realize that you have Books' wallet in your pocket. That was handed to him by Miriam. Cool couple of hours later, or earlier. And you go ahead and grab the Bonnie, and you walk her across the parking lot.
While this is happening, Altair's gonna take out his phone and send Aster a quick text.
Okay, what does it say?
It just says, staying at a friend's tonight. Don't worry if I don't come home. That's it.
Got it. No quick reply or anything like that.
Okay, cool.
Got it. Perfect. All right. Anything else?
Once I get back over there,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pull the wallet out. Books. Here.
I take it.
Take it.
Yeah, I want to open it and see.
It's a black, like, tactical wallet almost, like the Velcro and everything like that. 3-panel, something that, like, you know, wannabe cops and 12-year-olds have as a wallet. You open it up. There's no ID in it. There's no debit cards, no credit cards, no Max Bus card, none of that stuff. There's just $250 in cash, and then there seems to be a note that was written on like a ticket from a diner, from the Waffle House that's right down the street.
I look at the note.
Note says, "Don't listen to him. Learn what you need to at the library."
All right. I'll fold it back up and put it in my back pocket.
Mm-hmm. And do we all get inside the magic school bus? Except for Aaron, I'm assuming.
Except for Aaron.
It's gonna have
Aaron puts a helmet on.
puts a helmet on. It's gonna have a rough ride. Okay.
Yeah.
Just to kind of hand wave some stuff. We are going to assume that they take the caddy, right? It's a caddy.
Mm-hmm.
Drive it over to the alleyway. Have cousin Lazlo. Is he put in the trunk? No.
He is in the trunk.
He's in the trunk. Yeah, y'all are not gonna weekend at Bernie's his ass or anything.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, put him in the trunk, and you are all going to ride out to Sloss Furnace. As you drive there, you cut down 20th Street, crossing over University and 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 6th, 4th, backwards until you hit the light bridges. You can see homeless people sleeping underneath the 20th Street light bridges as you cross over. You get to 1st Avenue North, take a right, cut all the way down till you get the 1st Avenue North Bridge. You can kind of see it in the rain and in the moon. It's very heavy. The stovepipes and the blast furnaces of Sloss Furnace. And it just kind of perfectly is captured in the moment in the moonlight as you're driving past it, cut off, start making your way towards the fences. Aaron, you're following behind, and before you get to the fence that leads into the proper, or at least the museum part of Sloss Furnace, delicately Madelyn turns onto a gravel road that's kind of covered by some bushes that leads around and gets to a hole in the fence. You probably would have missed this hole. It seems to be covered appropriately in places so that you have to follow the road into it and kind of have to cut back a little bit to get into it. It takes some finagling, but she gets the big old Cadillac in there. And you pull up to a wheelhouse that is on the side of Sloss Furnace. It's not in the proper museum area or anything like that. And you all get off your respective areas. There's a nice little overhang awning that has like a bunch of rusted barrels that you can put the Bonnie underneath, just to keep enough rain off. And Madelyn leads you to and I'm assuming who's carrying Lazlo?
Not me.
Okay.
Not me.
Strong boys, then. Kind of like a fireman carry, almost, or like over your shoulder. There's a ladder. It's not too far down, but it leads about 20 feet down into a sewer system. And I'm assuming, Madelyn, correct me if I'm wrong, but Madelyn has to lead the way.
Yes.
And things get very twisty and tourney. You're more than welcome to try to make a wits awareness check, but it's a very steep difficulty if you want to.
Oh, I will.
You want to?
Before we head down to, I also grab a leather, like kind of messenger bag out of the seat, and I also wipe down the bike. Take very good care of it.
Got it. Perfect.
Yeah, I'm just gonna very much. Let's go, ducklings.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna use heightened senses too.
Okie dokie. Okay, go ahead and roll that for me.
I just follow closely.
Almost, but not quite. 3 success.
3 successes.
It's almost a.
At first, you're like left, right, and then straight, crosses over a 4-way, then takes a left, and then after you're like, wait, was that a left or a right?
Yeah.
Was that a 4-way? You don't get it until finally you get to a blast door of sorts. And Madelyn goes through a proper routine of opening said door and allows you all to enter into her haven. And that is where we are going to end our chapter tonight. We will pick it up with a little bit of pre-going to bed, since it's only about 2 a.m. You've still got about 3 hours left of like total darkness until the sun starts coming up. So we'll start next session in 2 weeks with a couple of cleanup there, and then the next evening we might, who knows? We'll see where the story goes. But yeah, before we go, I would like these fair people to plug some stuff that they have coming up this week. If you've seen the previous episode, you know what they do. You know the things that they have going on. You know who they are. If you haven't, then they will go real quick and around. We'll start reverse order from last week, and we'll start with Aaron, played by Ian here, and have us tell you what's going on, tell us where to find you, and anything else you want to shout out.
What isn't going on? We have a lot of cool stuff coming up over at Gehenna Gaming, where you can find us twitch.tv/Gehenna Gaming, GehennaGaming.com, twitter.tv, twitter.com/Gehenna Gaming. It's Monday Night Monster Hearts tomorrow, starring the person above me, as well as the rest of our fantastic cast there. Tuesday, I believe we have an interview with some of the writers for the Star Trek Adventures RPG.
You do.
Wednesday, we might have something a little new popping up, as Worlds and Crafts has sadly ended. Mm-hmm. Thursday, we have the launch of our new mini-series, Witchburner, which I will be playing in, and I'm very excited about. And then on Friday, we have a surprise. We have a surprise one-shot, so stay tuned for a new announcement on that very soon. Etc., 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 etc. I believe next Saturday we'll have another Saturday Night one-shot, and then that Sunday will be Warhammer Fantasy again. So, that's our schedule.
Very busy, very busy.
In addition to all the other wonderful things we have going on. So,
luckily, mine's freed up a little bit with the end of the Halloween month, so of Halloween season. So I'm kind of coasting a little bit. I've got some more stuff coming up though. All right, and then Madelyn.
I have been Ellie. I am the storyteller for ATL by Night. This Thursday, we are doing our finale of our vignettes for Season 3, starring Alex Ward from LA by Night as a very suspicious person. And Tuesday, we start our post-season interview show, Blood Bonding, this week with the girls. So Hex, Thomasina, and Melisande. And then we will be doing Blood Bonding every Tuesday, followed by Family Game Night, where you can play games online with us on Tuesdays. And then whatever I wind up getting pulled into by these lovely people.
Hell yes. Hell yes. All right. So yes, definitely check out ATL by Night. That is ATL by Night. And you can find them on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch.tv. They're also in our preferred, if you check out our YouTube and also our Twitch, they're in our preferred channels to go follow. So go ahead and give them a look-see and see. There's some great stuff that they're making over there. Next, let's have Altair.
Hey everyone, I'm Ashley or Aid. You can find me on Twitter as Aid3E. And really the only other thing I got going on right now is I'm in the Monster Hearts 2 over on Gehenna Gaming, like Ian said, every Monday night at 7:30 Eastern, which is tomorrow. So come check me out.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. And last but certainly not least, Mr. Books.
Yeah, I'm Kevin, also known as T1J. I don't have anything like super planned, but I did just release a video on my YouTube channel. You can go watch that if you want. It's the YouTube channel T1J. You can also follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/the1janitor. I also stream on my YouTube channel on Mondays and Fridays, so you can come check me out then as well. I don't really have a specific time that I do it, so you just kind of have to get lucky, but you can try.
Yeah, it's the Sunday stream on Mondays and Fridays. It's great.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, definitely check out. He's got a Patreon. He's got a lot of great content. If you're in the Discord, I've dropped it in the feed section. That's where I drop all like podcasts and YouTube videos and stuff that I'm sharing. And you can too if you have some excellent video essays. I love video essays, and like my man Kevin here does. And so you go ahead and give him a like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and check out his latest video. For us here, so we don't have Iron City by Night. This is a bi-weekly stream. But next Sunday, we have Rage Across Birmingham, the first part of a 2-part stream with regular size mom, your big dad, and some friend of theirs that is going to tie into Iron City by Night. So there might be some cross references. You might hear some names dropped, or you might not, because it's Garu. It's Garu versus Kindred. So sometimes things happen, sometimes things don't. But I'm sure with the group that I have playing with me, it's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be bonkers, and it's not going to go to plan as possible. So I'm not planning too much. I just have a very loose outline, and I'm definitely going to let them take it away. But it should be a good time. It will be at the same time as Iron City by Night, 7 p.m. Central. You can check out the YouTube, all those previous streams, Carrion Crash Course that happened last week. That's on the YouTube. All of these episodes are on the YouTube. I'm going to be posting a Spotify playlist for this. I'm going to be harassing the players here to get some of them. Some of them have a Spotify playlist, but I'm going to be dropping those on the Twitter. You can follow us below at Comfort Carrion. That is our Twitter and our Instagram. Check it out. It's a Twitter. You can follow me at BrotherXWes. I'm very funny sometimes. Sometimes I'm just obnoxious. Also, this upcoming Wednesday, I will be finishing Control, and then we will be rolling right into Tell Me Why by Don't Nod Entertainment, which is a game that kind of flew under the radar. It's 3 chapters. It's by the people that made Life is Strange, and you play twin siblings going back to their old home in Alaska, and trying to figure out and piece together things from their past, and they're get in touch with their Tlingit culture and everything. It's very dope. It's very cool. I'm very excited for it. But that is all for me. I think that's it for everybody. We will see you here for Iron City by Night in 2 weeks for Chapter 3. So keep your eyes peeled for the title and everything else. Be good to each other. Celebrate, rest, good things happened, recharge your batteries, because come January, things are going to get a lot more tense, and there's a lot of work to do. You know what I'm talking about. I don't have to say it. Have a great rest of your evening. Have a great rest of your week. And do not forget, comfort comes soon. Thank you all. Bye now.